All right, we're back for another week of J98 Web TV exclusive high school football coverage. The only place you can find this is on mymoinfo.com. We're at St. Vincent High School this evening. The St. Vincent Indians will be hosting the Crystal City Hornets. Crystal City comes into this contest at 2-3. St. Vincent still looking for their first win of this 2014 football season. Things about to get underway. You can see this evening that St. Vincent wearing the blue and yellow, and Crystal City wearing the red and white. Crystal City will be on the right side of your screen as play gets underway, and St. Vincent has chosen to be on the left side. St. Vincent wearing the yellow pants, blue uniforms in yellow trim with the blue helmets and the yellow stripe, whereas Crystal City in all whites with red trim and red helmets this evening. Play about to get underway. Just about 30 seconds on the scoreboard until play gets underway. And St. Vincent still looking for their first win of the season. And for their starting lineup, you can't win if you don't put up points. And they're going to have this evening at quarterback, number 4, Joe Whistler. Protecting him will be number 70, Alex Lappy, 72, Chase Schumer, 76, Kyle Brown, and 54, Lance Slavic. He's going to be thrown to number 14, Cole Steinbecker, number 6, Andrew Nager, and number 2, David Camarillo, along with number 39, Trevor Lively. In the backfield, it'll be Riley Rain and Tyler Unterreiner. Trying to stop that St. Vincent Indian offense from getting into the end zone this evening. Across the front line for Crystal City's Eric Cornell, Jacob Womble, Kevin Huang, Stephen Waits, and the linebacking core for the Hornets, Andrew Sauty, Drake Childers, Keyshawn Prater, Dylan Zeider, number 12 in the secondary, Zach Cheney, along with Braden Cox and Mitch McConnell. Your starting lineups brought to you by Culligan Water in Leadington. Culligan Water, better water, pure and simple. Just call 573-431-3016. Crystal City lined up, set to kick off. They'll be kicking from right to left. Kicking off will be Drake Childers for the Hornets. Back to receive is number 25 for St. Vincent. That's Riley Rain. And it looks like this kick might have gone out of bounds, but it's going to be fielded at the 15. Now bringing it up and brought down just shy of the 30-yard line. I think he might have done himself justice to let that one go out of bounds, but nonetheless, it was Andrew Nager picking that one up and bringing it out to, now the official spots it at what is going to be the 29-yard line. So that's where we'll have our first drive of the game begin for the St. Vincent Indians. 7 seconds runs off the clock on the kick return. So this drive opens up at 11:53. St. Vincent starts just shy of their own 30-yard line, not even a full yard. Now Whistler is going to line up in shotgun with a receiver on either side, 3 in the backfield, kind of a pistol formation. He hands this one off, no gain, maybe just a couple on the play as the pile gets pushed forward. That's Riley Rain on the carry for the St. Vincent Indians. So not a whole lot there, but worth a shot to start the game off on the ground. Because if you can get your run game going early, it'll definitely open up the pass later, but just 2 yards on that one. Now it goes 2nd and 8. So we go single receiver set. It's, again, that pistol formation with Whistler in shotgun. There's the snap. Now he's going to keep it. And it was a design keeper, but brought down in the backfield. Crystal City gets into the backfield in a hurry, and that was Drake Childers coming up with a big play, bringing Whistler down in the backfield. That's going to set up a 3rd down and long, and we're just inside of 11 minutes to play. So the opening drive hasn't gone any further than 2 yards yet for the St. Vincent Indians. Just a short loss on the play. That'll set up a 3rd down and 12 now for St. Vincent. So 3rd and long, the first 3rd down of the game. We'll see if they can't convert here. Whistler in the pistol formation in shotgun. Single receiver set on either side of him. He fakes the handoff. Now he's going to roll out left. The throw comes over the top and it's complete, but it looks like just short of the 1st down marker. Making the catch is Cole Steinbecker. Looks like he's going to get 11 of the 12 yards, but I don't think he's going to get any further than that. So now a situation where you're at 4th and short. So what's the idea from St. Vincent? It looks like the offense might stay out on the field. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and keep the offense out, but they're going to spread everybody out. Now 3 receivers, as you can see on the near side of the screen, lined up in a staggered formation. Now, looks like a whistle comes in and a flag on the far side. And I think they're going to say that Crystal City jumped, and that's going to be a free set of downs for St. Vincent. They've had a season where things haven't really bounced their way, but that's the way you need to start off. 0-5, things starting to go your way very early in this contest. So that will move the chains. It'll set up a first down and 10 with the ball now just short of the 45-yard line. A similar formation to what happened just prior to the penalty, but 2 receivers on this near side. Whistler and shotgun, 2 men in the backfield offset to him. Now moving in motion, and it looks like he's going to keep it again. Makes 1 man miss in the backfield, gets just back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard on the play for Whistler. So after losing 4 on his first attempt, not much there for him on the second. Clock continues to run. We're at 9:20 now. The ball on the 46, or on the 44-yard line before the play, so they award him with about a yard and a half.
That's all we got.
Whistler now going to go under center on a 2nd and 9. 2 receivers on the far side of the screen, 1 on the near side, 1 in the backfield. First time we've seen 1 in the backfield, and it's the handoff, but brought down in the backfield this time. The handoff was to Riley Rain, and he's going to get about a 3-yard loss on the play. Well, Crystal City so far doing a great job to get in the backfield and shut down the run game. And now we have another 3rd and long scenario for the St. Vincent Indians. It's going to be 3rd and 11 with the ball on the 43-yard line. Whistler's going to go under center. 3 receivers set, 2 lined up on the far side. There's the snap. He's going to drop back. A quick throw, but behind the intended receiver. The intended receiver is Trevor Lively. So now the 4th and 11 comes up, and you expect the special teams unit to come out on this play. And that's exactly what's going to take place. Back to field it is Dylan Zeider for the Crystal City Hornets. And number 14, Cole Steinbecker, set up the punt for St. Vincent. A flag comes out on the far side of the field. We have 8:17 on the clock, so just under 4 minutes chewed up by St. Vincent on the opening drive. We have a false start on St. Vincent, so that's going to back them up. So it'll be a 4th and 16. Clock freezes at 8:17. Zeider back to field it for Crystal City. He awaits on the 20. And just short of the 30-yard line is Steinbecker back to kick. The kick does get away cleanly. A good kick from Zeider. He gets the spiral from Steinbecker, and Zeider lets it bounce in front of him. And a good punt this time for St. Vincent. It's inside the 10. So Crystal City is going to start a drive deep in their own territory. So it goes down as nearly a 50-yard punt for St. Vincent. Steinbecker's got a leg, that's for sure. So Crystal City starts their first drive on their own 8-yard line with 8:07 on the clock. And they spread it out on the very first play. 3 receivers on the near side, and the handoff is fake. Now rolling around, has to get rid of it. The pass is complete at the 12-yard line. Now going up the sideline, made 1 man miss, but eventually brought down just across the 20. And that pass caught by Ahmad Townsend for St. Vincent, or for Crystal City rather. So he brings that one out to about the 22-23 yard line. So a big play for Crystal City on the very first play of the night. So now the ball out to the 22-yard line. And again, Crystal City spreads it out. 4 receiver set, 1 in the backfield. That's Williams in the backfield. 6 on the play clock. In shotgun, takes the snap. It's Hibbets. He throws in. Now the screen set up on the far side. Again, it's Townsend. And he gets about 5 on the play this time. So that'll set up a 2nd and short on the next go-round for Crystal City. So 2 passes from the Hornets and 2 completions. Both go to Townsend. And they mark it as a 4-yard gain for Ahmad Townsend. Now we have an officials timeout. So I'll tell you, we're brought to you this evening by Werner Auto Body in Perryville, Wells and Fargo Advisors in Festus, Guillot Lumber in Perryville, along with Perryville Pumpkin Farm, of course. It's in Perryville. So 7:11 on the clock as we have our first break in the action. And it'll be a 2nd down and 6 when play does resume with the ball on the 28-yard line. Tell you a little bit about the offense for the Crystal City Hornets this evening. At quarterbacks, number 6, Brent Hibbets, the 5'9", 150-pound sophomore. And you just saw him complete 2 passes to Ahmad Townsend. Townsend, a 5'10", 130-pound sophomore. So a very young team for Crystal City. And so far, the passing game has been utilized quite well for the Hornets. It'll be 2nd and 6 as the entire Crystal City squad looks to the sideline to get the play. It looks the way they're set up right now. We'll have a 3-receiver set. Make that 4 as 2 go out to the far side. That's Cheney and Townsend on the near side. Hibbets in shotgun, takes the snap, pump fakes, doesn't have anybody open. Now he's got to scramble. He's going to get across the first down and more. He's going to step out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So quick 12 yards for Hibbets on what appeared to be a broken play. He pump faked to the near side, wanted to go to Townsend. He was covered. Had to roll out to the right side, scrambled for a positive yardage, and ended up getting the chains to move. It's a 12-yard carry for Hibbets. So 3 plays in for Crystal City and all positive yardage. They spotted on the 39. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 39. 2 receivers on either side this time for Crystal City. The handoff fake. Now Hibbets rolling around. He's going to throw it over the top. Passes in the hands and dropped. The intended receiver was Andrew Sauty. It hit him right in the hands but couldn't come up with it. Hibbets is surprisingly accurate. He wasn't the starting quarterback at the beginning of the season for the Hornets. They had an injury-riddled season to this point. They lost their feature back, Keon Prater, in what is essentially the preseason at the Jamborees. Lost their quarterback to a broken collarbone just a few weeks ago. Now Hibbets getting another chance to air it out and fires one across the middle, just a little bit behind the intended receiver. The pass was headed for Dylan Zeider, just a little bit behind him. And that'll set up 3rd and 10 now. So after having positive yards on consecutive plays, come up with 2 incomplete passes after moving the chains on the scramble from Hibbets. Now a 3-receiver set on the near side, 1 on the far side, and Hibbets in shotgun fakes the handoff of the play action. He's in trouble. He's got to throw it away, and this is intercepted by the St. Vincent Indians. That one he just kind of threw up in a prayer, and coming up with the interception is Cole Steinbecker for St. Vincent, and they're going to start this next drive in Crystal City territory, and the crowd loves it. So an interception for Steinbecker. I don't think Hibbets had made a bad move until just right there, and he was forced to pay for it. So now Whistler and the St. Vincent Indians come back out on the field, and they're going to spread it out just the same. 2 receivers set on either side, 1 in the backfield. Whistler in shotgun, takes the snap. He looks left the whole time, and it's tipped and nearly intercepted. The pass tipped at the line of scrimmage. And closing on it quick for Crystal City was Eric Cornell, not able to come up with it. Pass knocked into the air. A good play from the front 4 for the Hornets to get their hands up and what was almost disaster for the St. Vincent Indians after having something positive go their way. So this ball's lined up on the 44, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Now 2 receivers on to the far side. Going across is Andrew Nager and Cole Steinbecker. And on the near side, we have Camarillo. And it's like we're going to have a timeout. Our first timeout called by one of the 2 teams. It's called by St. Vincent. So we'll have a quick break in the action. We'll take a break ourselves. We'll be back in 30 seconds. It's J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com.
Think you're ready for retirement? Get answers on topics like the rising cost of healthcare, investing for retirement income, and 401k rollover options. The Festus Crystal City branch of Wells Fargo Advisors is hosting a workshop on Saturday, October 25th you won't want to miss. Enjoy complimentary lunch and hear lifestyle and exercise tips for healthy aging. Live longer to enjoy your nest egg. Retire like you mean it. Call now to reserve your seat at 636-931-1900. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC.
It's J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com. As we resume play, it was a timeout called by the St. Vincent Indians. It looked like a little bit of mix-up, or maybe Coach Rowland didn't like what he saw from the defense for Crystal City. So we'll have a 2nd and 10 with the ball on the 44-yard line. Whistler's going to go under center this time. And man in motion is Steinbecker, and a flag comes in from the far side. And I imagine this will likely be illegal procedure. We'll see what the actual call is. And no, it's going to be encroachment from the Crystal City Hornets, so another 5 yards. Both of these teams very young, and we're seeing a couple of mistakes from the Crystal City defense early on. So that's going to give 5 yards to the St. Vincent offense. It'll set 2nd and 5 now. 6:03 on the clock. And neither team able to really establish much offense just yet, but St. Vincent coming up with a big takeaway to start this drive in Crystal City territory. Now 2nd and 5. Whistler hands it off to the left side, and again brought down in the backfield. The handoff goes to Riley Rain, but not much there for him, as Crystal City all over it in the backfield. They're shutting down the run so far. It's going to force the Indians to really utilize the passing game as much as possible. We'll see how much they mix it up now with a 3rd and 7. After the takeaway, yet to move the chains. Clock continues to run at 5:30 now. Whistler's going to go under shotgun. Rain in the backfield. Camarillo on the near side of the field. And it's Steinbecker in the slot, now coming in motion to the near side. Stops in the backfield. The handoff is faked, and the pass coming over the top. A dangerous pass, and it was tipped up into the air. The intended receiver was number 39, Trevor Lively, and almost coming down with it after the tip was Andrew Nager, but now we're looking at 4th and 7 with the ball on the 40-yard line. So it looks like the special teams unit will have to come out for St. Vincent. Steinbecker back to kick, and now going back to field this one for Crystal City is Andrew Saudy. The kick comes up over the top. It's headed towards the right side. An absolutely beautiful kick from Steinbecker on the punt. He's going to pin Crystal City deep in their own territory, and the official's going to mark it at the 5-yard line. An absolute coffin corner punt from Steinbecker puts Crystal City deep in their own territory. If you're going to have a tough time getting your offense going early, at least you have a brilliant punter. Now deep in their own territory, Crystal City takes over, but in a precarious situation. Crystal City's still not set just yet. Now we go twins left, twins right. It's Williams behind Hibbets in the backfield in an eye, or in a shotgun rather, and the handoff goes up the middle just to get them out of their own territory, and not much there for Williams out of the back as St. Vincent gets a good push up front. Looks like maybe just a couple for Williams. So now we're inside 5 minutes, still scoreless, and it'll be 2nd down and 9 with the ball on the 6. So a big time punt from Steinbecker for St. Vincent pins Crystal City deep in their own territory. Now the snap. Hibbets had a rocket onto the far side. The intended receiver was Zyder. And a big play from the secondary for St. Vincent to get in and break that one up. So after starting with nothing but success on offense, Crystal City had the takeaway, and the offense looks completely different now. Looks like we're going to have the same formation as we did on a prior play for the Hornets, with two receivers on either side. Townsend in the slot on the near side. Hibbets in shotgun with Williams behind him. Now man in motion from the far side. Fakes the handoff to the slot receiver, and it's Williams going to be brought down in the backfield. I don't think he even got across the line of scrimmage, maybe just back to it. So that's going to be 4th and 9 on the 6, and that's going to set St. Vincent up with absolute guaranteed starting position in Crystal City territory. It would take a remarkable punt from the Hornets to get this one across midfield. It's Camarillo on the 45-yard line for St. Vincent, on the Crystal City 45-yard line. And back to kick for the Hornets is Drake Childers. In his own end zone, here's the kick. It barely gets away, and it's going to bounce at the 40 and be down at about the 46, 47-yard line. So this will be another drive starting for St. Vincent in Crystal City territory. Not able to get anything going on the last drive that started on the 44. We'll see if they have any more luck on this go-round. It'll be 3:35 in the first quarter. And great starting field position for the Indians. Camarillo lines up on the near side. Whistler goes in shotgun. Rain behind him. The shotgun snap. Whistler throws, sidearm. Pass complete to Steinbecker, and he's going to get it for about 14 yards. So that'll at least move the chains on this one. And it looks like it's all the way down to the 33, so mark that for 11 yards for Steinbecker. Well, he's got 2 catches for 22, and St. Vincent's moving. 3:20 now, and the clock continues to run. Whistler in shotgun with twins left, twins right. Rain in the backfield behind him. Shotgun. And the snap to Whistler. Looks to his right. And he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Shakes one tackler. Not going to be able to shake the second. And he's going to be driven back to the 45-yard line. Crystal City's defense up front had success stopping the run so far. Now they're getting to the quarterback. And what was a lot of momentum for St. Vincent has now been put in check by the front four of the Crystal City Hornets. So now it moves them back. So they give him forward progress, and they put it at the 40. So it's 2nd and 18. So 2nd and long scenario now. A 3-receiver set on the near side, all lined up in a row. Now it turns into a screen. The pass is caught, but not able to get a whole lot out of it. And it looks like slow to get up for St. Vincent was the receiver. That's Tyler Unterreiter. Just getting a few on the play. So it sets up a 3rd and long. Now we're just inside of 2 minutes in the first. Still nobody into the red zone yet. So now we go 2 on the near side. That's Camarillo on the near side. Steinbecker out on the far side. Whistler in shotgun. Here comes Crystal City on the 3rd and long. The pass over the top, in and out of the hands of Rain, and an incomplete pass. So that's going to bring up the 4th and long, and that'll bring out the punt team for St. Vincent. So after what looked like things were going to start to turn their way, the drive stalls out after a big sack from the Crystal City Hornets. So now Steinbecker has another opportunity to try and pin Crystal City deep. And here's the kick. This time I don't think it's going to make it to the corner. And it doesn't have to, because it's going to be brought down even deeper this time. Unbelievable. This one's going to be down by the St. Vincent Indians around the 2-yard line. Forget about pinning them at the 5. Let's pin them at the 2-yard line. The aim that Steinbecker has on the kick is impressive at the high school level. So it gets down at the 1. So Crystal City's going to start this one even deeper than they did last time. So back-to-back drives, they started on the 5 and then on the 1. Impressive to say the least. So 2 receivers on either side. Hibbett's in shotgun. Williams directly behind him. And the handoff is going to be kept by Hibbett's, but the front line of the St. Vincent Indians swarms. Maybe a few inches gained that time as Hibbett's decided for the QB keeper. It looked like a little bit of an option look, and Hibbett's decided to keep it himself, but I don't think if he would have kept it or handed it off if there was much there. So St. Vincent looking at their defense looking at a 2nd and 10, see if they send anybody with Hibbett's under center. And now it goes off to the far side. It's a pitch, and Williams gets a couple of yards, but it's going to set up a 3rd and long. Hunter Reiner comes up with the stop. And now Crystal City looking at a tough situation. So we have a timeout. Timeout on the field with 38.8 seconds to go. We have an injured player down. So we'll go ahead and step away ourselves. We'll be back in just a moment. It's J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com.
Werner Auto Body in Perryville is the place to go for all of your auto body repair needs. Owner Jim Werner specializes in body repair, wheel alignments, and framework for foreign and domestic vehicles. So if you've been in a fender bender, give Jim a call at 573-547-2568. Your complete auto body shop, Werner Auto Body, located at 704 North Kings Highway in Perryville, is open Monday through Friday from 8 until 5, and all insurance work is welcome.
Now it's time for another quiz show. Here's the answer man, Jim Gio.
Pratt & Lambert is a runway extension at the St. Louis Airport? No, it's our new line of high-quality interior-exterior paints. Pratt & Lambert. Painting contractors know of its excellent quality at a competitive price. Come to Gio Lumber Company for all of your paint needs, including Pratt & Lambert.
Pratt & Lambert Paints, now at Gio Lumber in Perryville.
Injured player has gotten up and walked off of the field, so we bring you back to see Hibbett's throw a strike to the right side, and he might have gotten enough to move the chains. So both teams deciding to move the ball through the air and having success, and yes, they say he got enough to move the chains. So it was a 3rd and 9, and the complete pass to the far side of the field moves the chains and gets Crystal City up to the 15-yard line. It looked like that time the completion went to number 5, Dylan Zeider. So Crystal City's going to stay in shotgun, and now flags fly up. Going to have a false start on the front line of Crystal City. So what was the ball on the 15 will now move back to the 10, and we'll have a first down and 15. Just 9.8 left in the first quarter. So this one's going to get backed up. We'll update you on some of the scores around the listening area. Festus leads North County 20-0 in the first. It's Park Hill Central over St. Gen 13-0. Fredericktown and DeSoto knotted up scoreless in that one. We have Father Tolton 7-0 over St. Pius as the first quarter comes to an end here at St. Vincent. We're scoreless. Hillsboro leads Windsor 8-0, and Valley Catholic 21-6 over Jefferson. Potosi beating Perryville 13-0, and Cape Central leads Jackson 10-0. So we'll take a quick timeout. We'll start the second quarter in 30 seconds on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com.
Perryville Pumpkin Farm is now open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Pick your own pumpkin straight from the vine. New this year is a pumpkin sling, scavenger hunt, along with decorating station and wagon rides to the patch every Saturday and Sunday until 6 p.m. The on-farm stand offers 120 different varieties of pumpkins and gourds. Call to schedule school groups and birthday parties. Perryville Pumpkin Farm on Allen's Landing Road in Perryville, or log on to perryvillepumpkinfarm.com and on Facebook.
Think you're ready for retirement? Get answers on topics like the rising cost of healthcare, investing for retirement income, and 401k rollover options. The Festus Crystal City branch of Wells Fargo Advisors is hosting a workshop on Saturday, October 25th you won't want to miss. Enjoy complimentary lunch and hear lifestyle and exercise tips for healthy aging. Live longer to enjoy your nest egg. Retire like you mean it. Call now to reserve your seat at 636-931-1900. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC.
It's J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com. We get set to start the second quarter. We're still scoreless, but Crystal City's looking at a first down and 15 after a false start penalty that ended the first quarter. So now Crystal City's still not set up, and we're at 10, 9, and 8 on the play clock. It's going to be a 4-receiver set with 3 lined up on the far side of the screen for the Hornets. Hibbett's in shotgun, takes the snap with little time on the play clock, keeps it himself. He's in trouble, but he's going to get positive yardage. He may have gotten back the penalty yardage, depending on the spot, and just past the 10-yard line. So that's still going to remain at a second and long. It's a 2-yard gain for Hibbett, so second and 13. And now Hibbets will go under center with the same receiver set, 3 on the far side. Now the pitch to Williams. He's got room. It's a one-on-one situation, and a big-time slow down by David Camarillo for the St. Vincent Indians. Stayed poised, stayed there right in front of him, didn't try to over-pursue. And a good solid tackle from Camarillo keeps Williams from breaking one down the sideline. So now 3rd and 11. And Crystal City still deep in their own territory. So Twins on the near side, Twins on the far side. Williams lined up in the backfield. And Hibbett's in shotgun. He calls for it. Snap comes to him cleanly. And he's going to be brought down in the backfield. He pitches one away, and it's picked off on the 5-yard line, on the 15-yard line. A big-time interception for the St. Vincent Indians. A big-time mistake by Hibbets. Throws his second interception of the day. Just trying to get that one away so to avoid the sack. And it was picked off. Number 39, Trevor Lively, coming up with the pick. And St. Vincent's going to start a drive now on the about the maybe 9-yard line. This is deep in Crystal City territory. Lively, the near side receiver. Steinbecker in the backfield, along with Rain. Camarillo on the far side of the field. Here's the snap to Whistler. He's got a lot of room on the left side, but caught from behind this time and brought down. That was Childers bringing him down in the backfield. He's been getting in the backfield quite a bit. We're going to have to look at that matchup as the night moves on. They tried to run just a quarterback keeper off to the left side, but Crystal City, the linebacker's able to pursue from the far side and bring him down. So now 10:44, the receivers split out. Whistler goes in shotgun. And in motion. The handoff is fake to the motion man. Now getting off to the near side. He's got room. He lunges. And touchdown. Joe Whistler lays out, goes 10 yards for the score, and St. Vincent gets on the board. The takeaway turns into points 2 plays later, and Joe Whistler gives St. Vincent the lead. 10:26 to go, and St. Vincent puts 6 on the board. So 2 takeaways for the St. Vincent Indians, but they're able to turn these into points. That drive started on the 10-yard line. So St. Vincent takes the lead, 6-0. Now it'll be Steinbecker set for the extra point. Here's the snap, the kick, it's up. And he hooks it through, it's good. St. Vincent leads 7-0, 10:26 to go in the second quarter. A 10-yard drive, only takes 2 plays, and Joe Whistler dives in for the score. St. Vincent leads this one 7-0. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com.
Werner Auto Body in Perryville is the place to go for all of your auto body repair needs. Owner Jim Warner specializes in body repair, wheel alignments, and framework for foreign and domestic vehicles. So if you've been in a fender bender, give Jim a call at 573-547-2568. Your complete auto body shop, Werner Auto Body, located at 704 North Kings Highway in Perryville, is open Monday through Friday from 8 until 5, and all insurance work is welcome.
It's J98 Web TV. It's MIMOinfo.com. We just had a 10-yard run by Joe Whistler to dive into the end zone for our first score of the evening. That was our big drive of the game so far, and that's brought to you by ProCare Automotive in Bonne Terre. So now St. Vincent lined up, set to kick off. Steinbecker kicked the extra point up and through. Now he's going to come back for double duty and do the kickoff. 2 back to field it for Crystal City. On the near side, it's Zeider. On the far side, it's Cheney. So a big-time kick from Steinbecker, fielded by Cheney at about the 5-yard line. He goes up the far side, makes one man miss. He's got a little bit of room, but he's going to be knocked out of bounds on the far side. And this drive's going to start at the 30-yard line. So now, what is really one of the better starting field positions of the evening for Crystal City. Steinbecker, if he's punting, he's able to pin them deep. He pinned them down at the 5, then the 1, so at least they're not going to be so deep in their own territory to start this drive. This one going to be started at about the 30-yard line. Now they move it back after conferring, and it's going to start at about the 26-yard line. So a 7-0 lead for the Indians. See if they can hold on to it or Crystal City can respond. 10:18 left to go in the second quarter. And the Hornets lining up with a 4-receiver set, 2 on either side. It's Williams in the backfield, Hibbett in shotgun. A long time to get this one set up and running. Looks like we're going to change footballs. That's exactly what's taking place. We're going to exchange the game ball, and things are going to get back underway. So 2 interceptions so far for Hibbets. And the last one ended their drive and turned into points in a hurry for the St. Vincent Indians. So now shotgun snap. And it was a designed option, and brought down in the backfield is Hibbets. The St. Vincent Indians close in a hurry. And it looked like getting there was Schumer, followed by Lappy. And now limping off the field for St. Vincent's number 48, Tyler Unterreiner. So 2nd and 11. Play clock has yet to begin to run as the officials get back in there again. Crystal City getting a little bit of extra time to get their play call in. So the option on the opening play, Hibbets had the chance to pitch to Williams. Not able to do so. So a little break in the action here. It looks like we have a player down on the far side in the far bleachers by one of the first down markers. So now play will resume. The shotgun snap to Hibbets. And there's 2 St. Vincent Indians closing in a hurry. The pass over the top to Williams. Now from behind, and Williams doesn't see the defender coming, but able to get there from the front side is Camarillo. So short of the first down marker, but maybe a 6-7 yard gain after losing yards on the prior play. So it'll set up 3rd and 4 with the ball on the 33-yard line. The snap to Hibbets. He's looking over the top, and he's going to be brought down. No, he shakes one tackler. The second man brings him down. Another sack for the St. Vincent Indians. Getting there, it's Kyle Brown to bring him down in the backfield. And that drive's going to come to an end as the St. Vincent defense comes up big. 9:15 and counting on the clock. And Crystal City is going to be looking at a 4th down. Going back to field this punt is Camarillo. It's Childers back to punt it away for the Hornets. So just inside of 9 on the clock. Here comes the kick. Barely gets away. It's going to float, no rotation on it, and it takes a Crystal City hop, big time Crystal City hop, and it's going to be down at the 25-yard line. So about a 45-yard punt that time for Crystal City after having the drive come to an end as the St. Vincent defense was pretty much camping out in the backfield on that drive. So St. Vincent gets this one on the 25-yard line, on their own 25, after getting in the end zone on a very short drive on their last possession. They only had to go 10 yards on the prior possession, as the ball was picked off and returned to the 10-yard line. Hibbets has been picked off twice this evening by the St. Vincent defense. Now Whistler's going to go under center. He's going to have 3 receivers, 2 on the near side. Fakes the handoff, rolls around. He's in trouble, not going to be able to escape this one. He's going to have to figure something out, pitches it away, and throws it to Steinbecker. Steinbecker, it has bounced off of him. Now we're going to have a flag come in. It looks like a late hit as Alex Lappy comes in and cleans up the defender out of bounds. So I bet we're going to move this one backwards a good deal. We'll see exactly what the call is. But that's having a pretty good look at it from my vantage point. As soon as the defender went down, the flag came out. So I imagine this one's moving back. And that's exactly what's taking place. Personal foul against the St. Vincent Indians. So they're going to walk this one back. Oh, it would have been on the 25. Now they're going back to the 10. So they're going to be looking at 20 yards from the first down marker with 8.5 on the clock. So now it's a 2nd and 25 after the incompletion. So now St. Vincent decides they're going to have to spread it out. Go 2 on the near side, 1 in the backfield, 1 receiver on the far side. Now the handoff, it is going to go to Rain. He's got room on the near side of the field, but 3 Crystal City Hornets close in a hurry. Well, maybe 6 yards. But definitely going to be a long way from the first down marker. This one's going to be on the 17. The first down marker is on the 35. About 17 and a half, 18 yards away from a first down. So 3rd and very long, deep in their own territory for St. Vincent, but they lead 7-0. Whistler under center, takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. Nothing there for the run game tonight for the Indians. Just a couple of yards before being brought down. So that's going to bring out the special teams unit. I imagine they just wanted to try to chew up some clock while they had the football. There's not many plays in the playbook for a 3rd and 18. So now Steinbecker back to kick. Not going to be able to pin Crystal City very deep after this kick. The kick is going to get away cleanly. He does get a good boot into it, and it takes a St. Vincent hop. And this one's going to roll down to the 25-yard line. So he kicks that one 55 yards. He has a boot. for a high school kicker. It's very impressive. He has the technique down properly as well as the ball spirals off the foot. So now St. Vincent not able to pin Crystal City deep, but still has them back to their 25. And for the Hornets, trailing 7-0. They've got 7:45 to get points on the board. Hibbets takes the shotgun snap, hands it off to Williams. He's going to be met in the backfield by 3 St. Vincent Indians. Not much there for him, maybe a yard, but just back across the line of scrimmage. As neither team's offense can really get the run game going. Each has had success passing the ball. And now 3 receivers go on the far side of the field for Crystal City. It's Townsend in the slot, and then Cox, and then Connell. So now here comes a good play to look off the secondary. Now to Townsend. Townsend might have gotten the first down, maybe just short of it. The official on the near side has it at the first down marker, so that should move the chains depending on that spot. Where they have them on the far side of the field, it looks like the chains will move, and they sure are. They're going to go ahead and give them the first down yardage. So the drive stays alive for the Hornets at 7 minutes to play in the first half. So now 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Hibbets is going to set up the screen, and he's picked off. They jumped this one big time. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, St. Vincent Indians. What a play by Luke Wibbenmeyer to jump the screen and return it to the end zone. 35 yards for the Indians to put 6 more on the board. A big-time play by the linebacker, Wibbenmeyer. He's just a sophomore playing like a senior tonight. Comes up big. Picks off the screen pass and takes it into the end zone. Now it's 13-0 for the Indians. If you're going to teach a young kid how to defend that, we'll put this tape up on MIMOinfo.com in just a few days, and you can see just how you learn that one. A brilliant, brilliant defensive play by the linebacker to come up. Wibbenmeyer taking that one. On the play prior, they set up the screen, did Crystal City, and Hibbets checked left and threw right. This time he checked left and threw right again. This bad news for him. He throws his 3rd interception of the day. And the kick goes up and through. And now it's 14-0 for the St. Vincent Indians. The defense leading the way for the Indians this evening. And now we're looking at a 2-score lead with 6:43 to go in the first half. St. Vincent's defense picking it off early and setting up a short yardage situation for Joe Whistler to get in the end zone. Now this time the defense says, don't worry, we'll go ahead and take care of it. A 35-yard interception return for Wibbenmeyer, and we're looking at 14-0 St. Vincent. Big time play from the sophomore linebacker. Now Steinbecker back up after the extra point, set to kick off now. Back to field it is Zeider on the near side, and it's Friedmeier on the far side. Now taking the steps to the right, it's Steinbecker, set to put a ride in this one. Here he goes, he swings the leg. And not as much on this one as it's going to be fielded at about the 20. And it's muffed in the backfield. St. Vincent able to close. Now getting through the first layer of defense and brought down just across the 25-yard line. After muffing it, able to get back to it. That was Friedmeier, not able to field it cleanly, but gets back to it and gets a positive yardage out of it, out to the 25-yard line. So 6:34, and now trailing by 2 scores. Crystal City's offense comes back out. Zider is the near receiver. Townsend in the slot on the far side. Now it's an option, and there's the option pitch, and Camarillo able to get to Williams in the backfield and force him out of bounds. And maybe up to the 30, about 5 yards. So Williams starting to get the run game going for Crystal City, but little bit by little bit, if they can get that going and bring up the secondary for St. Vincent, maybe they can get the passing game going again. But without that run game, he will getting to go anywhere. They're sending 4 and 5 up front for St. Vincent, and it's working, dropping the secondary. And now we'll see, it looks like an open receiver for Hibbets on the shotgun snap, and over the top, and a nice play by Steinbecker to come up and knock that one away. Doesn't bump the receiver, jumps out in front of him. A big deflection from Steinbecker. Not only can he boot the football, he's a pretty good defender on the outside. So now a 3rd and 6. Facing a 3-and-out scenario is Crystal City after having an interception returned for a touchdown. So turnovers really plaguing the Hornets so far. Now the shotgun snap to Hibbets, rolling off to the left side. He's going to try and scramble for the first down. I think the pump fake, he might just get it. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds, and a flag comes in late from the back judge. The official in the back throws a flag over the top. And if this is against St. Vincent, yes it is, blow to the head. And that's going to award a first down to the Hornets. So whoever it was that went in for the tackle on the far side must have gone high and got the helmet. So now this one's going to get moved all the way up to the 50-yard line after what should have been the end of the drive. So now it's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 50 after the defensive penalty. And that drive should have been over, just a mistake on the defense. So now 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first half. 1st and 10 on the 50 for Crystal City. Now Hibbets is going to set up that screen again. This time he's got it to Townsend, and just short of the line of scrimmage. So Townsend is going to lose a yard. And that's already 11 pass attempts for Hibbets in the first half. So 2nd and 11, and the clock now running at 5:45. Now Zider is the near receiver. Saudy inside on the near slot. Townsend on the far slot. Hibbets in shotgun. Williams behind him. Here comes the snap. And it's going to be the option again. And this time brought down in the backfield once again. The St. Vincent defense playing top-notch football this evening. Brought down in the backfield, several Indians into the backfield this time to bring Hibbets down. That's the 4th time he's been sacked this evening. St. Vincent really getting the push up front. So now 5:04, and it's going to be a 3rd and 14. This ball's on the 46-yard line. Hibbets in shotgun, 3 receivers on the near side. Now the pass going over the top and off of one receiver's hands, almost into another, but incomplete. It falls down, so that's going to bring the special teams unit out. The pass was intended for number 20. That's Andrew Saudy. It went off of his hands through Dylan Ziders and into the dirt. So 2 Crystal City Hornets have the opportunity to come up with it. An awkward play as it bounces off of one receiver's into the hands of the others. But neither one able to come down with it. So 4th and 14. Camarillo goes back to field this for St. Vincent. And Childers back to kick it. And this one's blocked by the St. Vincent Indians. A big-time play. Now rolling out to the near side. A block this time. Now the ball's knocked out. It's a fumble. Either way, it's going to be St. Vincent football. This kick was blocked. But no matter who comes up with it, it's short of the first down marker. So even if there's several Crystal City players pointing in their direction, but it does not matter because it's going to be St. Vincent football. And this drive's going to start on the St. Vincent 46. So a blocked kick, 4 sacks, 3 interceptions. St. Vincent's defense is coming up huge on their senior night tonight. 2 Indians back there to block the kick. And now another drive that starts in very plus territory, to say the least. This one's going to start at their own 47 after starting drives at their own 10 and the Crystal City 44. Whistler in shotgun, 4 receiver set, 3 on the far side. Now the handoff to Rain up the middle. He makes one man miss. He's in the second layer, makes another miss, and it's a shoelace tackle by the Crystal City defense. It was Hibbets coming up with a shoelace tackle, but he's going to get up slowly out of the secondary. So that ball goes from the 47 now. It's up to the 37-yard line, so a 10-yard gain for the Indian running back. It's a fresh set of downs, so 3 more tries. And now in Crystal City territory, as this one is on the 37. Whistler in shotgun with 4 receivers spread out. And there's the snap. The handoff is faked. Whistler's going to have to roll around. The option's not going to work this time. He's going to lose yardage as he rolls across on the tackle, rolls across the defender. He might have actually been able to roll back to the line of scrimmage. And sure enough, he rolled over the top of a defender back to the line of scrimmage. But the option hasn't been working this evening for the Indians. Gone to it a few times, just not much out of it. Now 2nd and 10, 3:39 and counting on the clock. 3 receivers go to the far side. Steinbecker, Camarillo are the 2 lined up in the near side. And right here in front of us, that's Lively. Now the shotgun snap, fake the handoff, the throw over the middle. The slot route over the top of the linebackers, and the pass complete. Lively coming off to the near side and coming up with the catch. Now down to the 25, so 12 yards for Lively. And the passing game for St. Vincent continues to have success. Just over 3 and counting. St. Vincent trying to add another. Lively on the near side. That's Steinbecker. And then it's Camarillo. And the far receiver is Nager. Rain in the backfield. Whistler takes the shotgun snap. He's going to hand it off this time. Now met at the line of scrimmage. Not much there for the run game. They've only had 1 play really break out so far. We'll see if they mark him for a few yards. No, goes right back to the line of scrimmage. So the defense has really been the key this evening. Whistler goes into the huddle with 2:35 and counting, 15 on the play clock, and now the Indians come out of the huddle. It's Camarillo coming to the near side. Steinbecker in the slot, then Lively, and on the far side of the field now Snurbush. Whistler in shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and this one's going to the end zone. He's got Camarillo, touchdown! A 25-yard touchdown pass for the St. Vincent Indians. Whistler to Camarillo down the sideline, and the Indians put 6 more on the scoreboard. The passing game is working for the Indians tonight. Touchdown, St. Vincent, Whistler to Camarillo, and that's 6 more for the Indians. Steinbecker set to come on and add the extra point, and St. Vincent is now up 3 scores in the first half. Big time defensive plays tonight, and now the offense says we're going to get in on it too. A 25-yard touchdown pass in stride as he crossed the goal line. Camarillo coming up with a big-time catch in the end zone. And if you're going to have to play on senior night, you might as well catch the touchdown. The extra point missed this time by Steinbecker, so it's 20-0 in favor of the Indians. St. Vincent is on a roll this evening. They're 0-5 coming into tonight, but if they play like this all night, they're going to leave with their first victory of the season. Still 2:15 to go in the first half. And St. Vincent set to kick off. And now it'll be back to field the kick. Will be Zeider on the near side. It's Cox just in front of him, and on the far side, it'll be Andrew Sauty. Steinbecker will be kicking off for the Indians. The official now set to bring in the football. And St. Vincent with a 20-point lead. So the Indians in control of this one at the moment. Trying to stay in control. Set to kick off. 2:15 to go. And he puts the foot into this one. Holy cow, he put a ride into that one all the way back to the goal line. Zyder fields it. He's across the 20. Shakes one man, shakes another up to the 30. Still on his feet to the 40. All the way to midfield before he's brought down. Wow, big return after the big kick. Zyder brings it all the way up to about the 45-yard line. So it goes down as a 56-yard return as he kept that one, or he fielded that one just a few yards deep in his own end zone. And a big-time return from Zyder. So this is the 2-minute drill scenario for the Crystal City Hornets. Hibbets has thrown 3 interceptions so far, and one of them was returned for a touchdown. And now he's going to spread them out again as Coach Reed for the Hornets. 2 on either side. It's a 4-receiver set. Williams in the backfield. Hibbett's going to drop straight back. Pressure comes his way. He's going to roll out of the pocket and step out of bounds. That'll kill the clock at 1:57. So a smart play if nobody open. Just run out to the right side and step out. Now 1:57. It'll be a 2nd and short for Crystal City, still being shut out so far in this contest, but a lot of time for them to get back into it. They've got to get something out of this drive. With 1:57 to go, 2nd and 1. Zyder is the near side receiver, and Townsend, the 2 playmakers so far in the slot on the far side. Hibbets now stares down at Zyder, and the pass is complete. So just a few yards. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and move the chains. Say it was a first down, just a couple yards for Zyder on that one. So the clock stops at 1:51. Now the ball is on the 33. Hibbets looking for the shotgun. And the pass over the middle. And it is caught by number 20. That's Andrew Sauty, and a flag came out on the hit. I think they're going to call it helmet to helmet. I didn't see which defender went up to make the tackle. It might have been, I thought maybe number 6, but it's number 5. And that's the 2nd time that the Indians have been flagged for a similar play. We'll see what the call is now that they come over to make it. And it is another blow to the head, and that's going to put Crystal City inside the red zone. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 11 after another 15-yard penalty against the defense. Revitalizes a Crystal City drive. Clock now running at 1:40. 1st and 10 on the 11. 2 receivers on either side. Hibbets in shotgun, takes the snap, looks right. Pressure comes, he's got to roll, throws it over the top, and it's nearly intercepted, nearly tipped up to a Crystal City Hornet in the end zone, and eventually falls to the grass. That was the tip drill that you practice every day, but this time nobody comes up with it. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 with the ball on the 11, and we have a timeout. St. Vincent with 1:27 to go. And St. Vincent leads this one 20-0, and it's 1:27 on the clock. And we have a timeout on the field called by the Indians. So there is still room for a first down, but not much room there. So while we have a moment, we'll tell you we're brought to you by Home Pools and Spa in Ludington and Kettle Hut Smokehouse in Crystal City, along with Werner Auto Body in Perryville, Wells and Fargo Advisors in Festus, and Gio Lumber and Perryville Pumpkin Farm, both in Perryville. So Crystal City set to come back out with 1:27 on the clock. It'll be 2nd and 10 on the 11-yard line. And Crystal City's looking to get into the end zone before the half. So 3 receivers on the far side. Zider on the near side. And the pitch is to Williams. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to be met in the backfield. He breaks one tackle, and he's going to go backwards, and St. Vincent gets there to him, and he's going to be brought down at about the 18-yard line. So he's going to lose 7 on the play. And that'll set up a 3rd and 10. With 1:14 on the clock. Now we have a timeout, Crystal City. We'll take a timeout ourselves. We'll be back in 30 seconds on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com.
Now it's time for another quiz show. Here's the answer man, Jim Gio.
Pratt & Lambert is a runway extension at the St. Louis Airport? No, it's our new line of high-quality interior-exterior paints. Pratt & Lambert. Painting contractors know of its excellent quality at a competitive price. Come to Gio Lumber Company for all your paint needs, including Pratt & Lambert.
Pratt & Lambert Paints, now at Gio Lumber in Perryville.
Perryville Pumpkin Farm is now open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Pick your own pumpkin straight from the vine. New this year is a pumpkin sling scavenger hunt, along with decorating station and wagon rides to the patch every Saturday and Sunday until 6 p.m. The on-farm stand offers 120 different varieties of pumpkins and gourds. Call to schedule school groups and birthday parties. Perryville Pumpkin Farm on Allen's Landing Road in Perryville, or log on to perryvillepumpkinfarm.com and on Facebook.
So Crystal City looking at a 3rd and 16 with 1:14 to go in the first half. Still scoreless as St. Vincent leads 20-0. Hibbets looks to the end zone, pump fakes. He's got a defender closing behind him. Now he shovels it forward and incomplete. It'll be 4th and 16 with the ball on the 19. 1:06 to go. And I imagine the offense is going to have to stay out on the field. Haven't seen really a strong kicking game from the Hornets just yet. We'll see if they go ahead and give it a go. Now, after taking a timeout one play ago, they're going to go ahead and call another timeout. So if you're just tuning in or just joining us, we'll go ahead and give you a quick rundown of how things have gotten to 20-0. Defense, defense, and defense, but it's been all big plays by the St. Vincent Indians. So far they have 4 sacks, 3 interceptions, and a blocked punt. One of those interceptions was a 35-yard pick 6. And another one of those interceptions was on the Crystal City 10-yard line that set up a 2-play 10-yard drive for Joe Whistler to get into the end zone. And here we are at 20-0 with a 4th and 16. And 1:06 on the clock, and Crystal City looking to get into the end zone, but they've got to do it on this play. There is very short yardage for them to get into first down territory, but I imagine if they get that close, it'll likely be a touchdown. Now we have a whistle come in, and it's timeout St. Vincent. So these two first-year head coaches having a little bit of a chess match. So a timeout, Crystal City, then we have a 1 play and a timeout, Crystal City, and then we have no play and a timeout, St. Vincent. So the chess match continues. We'll let them think about it, and we'll take a 30-second pause ourselves. We're back in 30 on MIMOinfo.com.
Think you're ready for retirement? Get answers on topics like the rising cost of healthcare, investing for retirement income, and 401k rollover options. The Festus Crystal City branch of Wells Fargo Advisors is hosting a workshop on Saturday, October 25th you won't want to miss. Enjoy complimentary lunch and hear lifestyle and exercise tips for healthy aging. Live longer to enjoy your nest egg. Retire like you mean it. Call now to reserve your seat at 636-931-1900. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC.
All right, here we go. 4th and 16. 1:06 on the clock. Ball's on the 19-yard line. Crystal City's got to get into the end zone on this play. It's a 4-receiver set. Zyder on the near side. Townsend in the slot. And Hibbett in shotgun. Takes the snap, looks left, was hoping for the screen. Now he throws one into the end zone. He's got the receiver there, and he is crushed, but he comes up with a catch. A big-time catch and a big-time throw from Hibbett to get it into the end zone. And coming up and making the catch, Mitch McConnell, and he was crushed. That was our crown collision of the game, but I'm telling you, we need to get a sponsor for good hands after something like that, because that kid must have hands of steel over there just to wrap him around that and not let that one go. He was absolutely lit up. So 6 points for the Crystal City Hornets. And now they're going to go ahead and go for 2. The snap to Hibbets. He spins, looks right, throws it over the top. He's got the receiver there, so put 2 more on it. Now it's 20-8 for the Crystal City Hornets. So now it's a whole new ball game with 1 minute to go. Well, just inside of 1 minute to go. Now it's 20-8. And what was a 20-point lead now trimmed down to just 12. A big-time situation for St. Vincent with just 1 minute to go. And Crystal City able to throw the 19-yard touchdown pass, so Hibbets with a 19-yard pass to get into the end zone and follows it up with a 2-point conversion. And St. Vincent hasn't got a victory this season just yet. And Crystal City is looking to go 500 as they come in at 2-3. So Childers now set to kick off. Ball lined on the set up on the 40-yard line. In the middle back there is Riley Rain to field it for the Indians. Along with, on the far side, Camarillo. And on the near side, it's Lively, and it's an onside kick, and it goes up over the top, and it's going to be recovered by Crystal City. What a risky play right there for the Hornets. And it may have not gone 10 yards, but one of the St. Vincent Indians jumped up and swatted it backwards. And the Hornets come up with the onside kick, and I think the St. Vincent Indians are stunned by that. 52 seconds on the clock, and Crystal City is looking to add another score. A big-time strategic move by Coach Mike Reed of the Crystal City Hornets to get the football back with a minute to go. A daring move, to say the least. And Crystal City might have a chance to cut into the lead even further. Hibbets looking to the sidelines in shotgun, just 12 on the play clock. 2 receivers on either side of the field and a bunch formation on the near side. Spread out on the far side. Hibbets in shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls left. Uh-oh, he's in trouble. There's pressure. Now he's going to run out to the right side, up to the 40-yard line before he steps out of bounds. That'll kill the clock with 44.8, but an 11-yard run for Hibbets. Let's see where they spotted it. Should move the chains. It will move the chains. There's a flag out onto the field now. And it's against the St. Vincent Indians. So that's 2 drives, 3 defensive penalties against the Indians. And the drive stays alive for the Crystal City Hornets. Now the Hornets looking like the team with momentum, even though they're down by 12. So now this ball is going to get moved up to the 39. First down markers will move, so 3 more tries. Well, essentially 4, because they're just going to keep going for it, are the Crystal City Hornets. Now the second penalty is going to move it down to the 29-yard line. So 2 separate penalties. And Crystal City still going. The Hornets now with the shotgun situation. 3 receivers on the far side. 1 on the near side is Zider. Now with room and running out of the pocket is Hibbett, sliding, and a flag into the backfield. So I imagine that's going to be a hold. The clock stops at 35-6, so it will be holding against the Crystal City Hornets. And that's going to back them up. So after 2 penalties against St. Vincent, now a penalty against Crystal City. And that should back them up 5. With 35.6 on the clock. St. Vincent still leads by 12. And now this ball is going to be moved back to, see if they stop eventually. And they're done moving it backwards, so now we're on the 43. So it's a first and very long, but 35.6 on the clock. Plenty of time for Crystal City to get into the end zone. They've used 2 timeouts. So now Hibbets and Williams come out with the play. Zider's going to be the near receiver. It'll be Townsend in the slot. Then Saudy. And then the next one over is McConnell. McConnell is the one that made the touchdown grab on the last drive. So we're inside of 30. The shotgun snap comes to Hibbets. He's looking for the screen. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket. Comes up throwing. And the intended receiver was Saudy. Threw it just a little bit behind him. Hits off of his hands and falls incomplete. Clock stops at 19.4, so it'll be 2nd and 24. And the ball on the 42-yard line. So once again, Zider is going to be on the near side of the field, but it looks like Saudy's coming over to join him. And on the far side in the slot is Townsend, then McConnell. So now on the near side slot is Saudy. Hibbets in shotgun, takes the snap. He's looking left, he's got pressure, flushing out of the pocket, and he pitches it off to the right side to Saudy. And he gets a few yards before he's knocked out of bounds. Clock stops at 11.1. So maybe 1-2 more plays for Crystal City. Now coming in is Williams. Now 3 receivers on the near side. McConnell, the lone receiver on the far side. Townsend, Saudy, Zider from the near side to the outside. The shotgun snap. He looks left, still looking left. He goes with single coverage. This one might be intercepted. And I don't know, it falls incomplete, but 4.9 on the clock, so this next pass will be going up into the end zone. They went for single coverage that time. So 1 more play for the Crystal City Hornets before this half comes to an end. Ball's still lined up on the 42. 4.9. Crystal City trying to get into the end zone. This ball's going to be thrown up in pretty much Hail Mary style. Well, here it goes. Hibbets takes the snap. He's got time. Has to roll out to the right. And it looks like he's going to throw across field. And now he's going to get Williams in a screen, but he's not going to get into the end zone. He breaks 1 tackle, breaks another, and the third man comes and cleans it up. So the half comes to an end at 20-8. St. Vincent leads And we're going to be back after halftime, but during halftime, the St. Vincent Indians, as you can see, bringing out a few items right now, will be featuring their 2004 state championship team. It's been 10 years, so they're going to have the 10-year anniversary. So this 20-minute halftime festivity won't be your normal halftime, so we'll have something for you to tune into. And also, don't forget to flip your radio to the Hoods Halftime Show on regional radio for all the updates for all of the high school football around the listening area. And right now it's 20-8. The second half in 20 minutes from now. We'll see you in just a bit.
Werner Auto Body in Perryville is the place to go for all of your auto body repair needs. Owner Jim Werner specializes in body repair, wheel alignments, and framework for foreign and domestic vehicles. So if you've been in a fender bender, give Jim a call at 573-547-2568. Your complete auto body shop, Werner Auto Body, located at 704 North Kings Highway in Perryville, is open Monday through Friday from 8 until 5, and all insurance work is welcome.
Now it's time for another quiz show. Here's the answer man, Jim Gio.
Pratt & Lambert is a runway extension at the St. Louis Airport? No, it's our new line of high-quality interior-exterior paints. Pratt & Lambert. Painting contractors know of its excellent quality at a competitive price. Come to Gio Lumber Company for all of your paint needs, including Pratt & Lambert.
Pratt & Lambert Paints, now at Gio Lumber in Perryville.
Is your band ready?
And also Pragos is in Yeah, but he's not with me up here.
Tonight's performance
Are you coming up?
portrays the conflicts that arise in all musicians over the music that we like to play because it makes us happy and creates great memories, and the music that we should play, which helps us develop a great
And I already mentioned it, like, I'm like,
we hope you enjoy in pursuit of
I'm
happiness.
like, and me and Cody are going to do that game for the homecoming. Probably if you want to just do some question, then I can do Perryville's. Okay, this game. He's getting weak. How's he doing anyway? Does he really? I talked to him last week and he told me he had a staph infection. Is that gone? He's got a tumor on his neck. Did that just happen since he had his neck surgery? Y'all prepare to really be rough on him. Well, we better start practicing with bandit. Helicopter's flying by the building. They did lose to Central last week, like 35-3.
Let's all stand for the school song.
But that was probably a little out of lead. What is this slang, little song? right tone. Yeah, they do that right and then after the anthem. That's when they come over to one of our games. Good. Come over on homecoming, you guys don't play that way. That's what you're reading. Good, yeah.
And that's what those schools did. They had a, you know, when we, the first time we knew we had to stop Philly. Right? We got one point that game. And, you know, we won that ball game. And we were told we'll come back here. Yeah. And the kids really do some knowledge in, right? And it's going to be easy. We knew it wasn't going to be easy. We're going to go into a hostile environment. We're going to play football. That's all we can do. A lot of people make big deals about traveling as much as we have. We're not. So we're just happy to be here. Yeah, third down and 4 here today.
It's my honor to introduce to you the only state football championship team in school history. They went 13-1. With 4 shutouts. They scored 406 points while only giving up 97. They became known that year as the Road Warriors because all playoff games were on the road. Here is your 2004 Class 1 state championship team. Starting with the freshmen that year. Kenton Horning. All right, Kenton! Brandon Thomas. Garrett French. Zach Fisher. Zach First. Sophomores, Lucas Robinson, Brad Finger, now for your juniors, Dustin Winkler, Jacob Suter, Waylon Richarity, Buckeye, Seth Omsler. Now your seniors, Patrick Sigmund, Mark Crow, Chad Langford, Kyle Klein, Anthony Brown, and Chris Besnon. Head coach is Keith Winkler. His assistants, Tim Mueller, Mike Crowley. Available tonight, Paul Sauer. We want to give a special thanks out to Jim Gio and Rick Buckeye, who provided tailgate and entertainment and their continued continued support for St. Vincent's football. And one last person, the manager, Brian McDermott.
Perryville Pumpkin Farm is now open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Pick your own pumpkin straight from the vine. New this year is a pumpkin sling scavenger hunt, along with decorating station and wagon rides to the patch every Saturday and Sunday until 6 p.m. The on-farm stand offers 120 different varieties of pumpkins and gourds. Call to schedule school groups and birthday parties. Perryville Pumpkin Farm on Allen's Landing Road in Perryville, or log on to perryvillepumpkinfarm.com and on Facebook.
Think you're ready for retirement? Get answers on topics like the rising cost of healthcare, investing for retirement income, and 401k rollover options. The Festus Crystal City branch of Wells Fargo Advisors is hosting a workshop on Saturday, October 25th you won't want to miss. Enjoy complimentary lunch and hear lifestyle and exercise tips for healthy aging. Live longer to enjoy your nest egg. Retire like you mean it. Call now to reserve your seat at 636-931-1900. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC.
Warner Auto Body in Perryville is the place to go for all of your auto body repair needs. Owner Jim Warner specializes in body repair, wheel alignments, and framework for foreign and domestic vehicles. So if you've been in a fender bender, give Jim a call at 573-547-2568. Your complete auto body shop, Warner Auto Body, located at 704 North Kings Highway in Perryville, is open Monday through Friday from 8 until 5, and all insurance work is welcome.
Now it's time for another quiz show. Here's the answer man, Jim Gio.
Pratt & Lambert is a runway extension at the St. Louis Airport? No, it's our new line of high-quality interior-exterior paints. Pratt & Lambert. Painting contractors know of its excellent quality at a competitive price. Come to Gio Lumber Company for all of your paint needs, including Pratt & Lambert.
Pratt & Lambert Paints, now at Gio Lumber in Perryville.
So a great halftime ceremony honoring the 2004 St. Vincent Indian State Championship Class 1 football team. That was pretty cool to just be here and experience that. I remember being in high school in DeSoto and St. Vincent being one of the teams that everybody talked about as being one of the quality teams around the area. So that was cool to see them come back 10 years later and be honored here at their home field. So a very cool thing for the school to recognize and remember all of those guys. And I'll tell you what, one of the coaches came out and fired this crowd up. So maybe a rejuvenated crowd, and the team seeing that, maybe they'll come back out and pick up where they left off. They lead this one, St. Vincent does, 20-8, the home team out in front. We're 1:38 on the clock before things get back underway here at St. Vincent. Crystal City just made their way out onto the field about 90 seconds ago, literally 90 seconds ago, so we might have a little bit of a lengthy delay getting things back underway, but that remains to be seen. The real story of half number one was the St. Vincent Indian defense coming up big time after time after time. 4 sacks and 3 interceptions, but they only lead by 12 at this point in time. So you never know how things will work. Even though you have 3 takeaways, they have a slim 2-possession lead. The Crystal City's back out on the field, ready to get things going. 2 of those takeaways for the St. Vincent Indians resulted in scores. A 2-play, 10-yard drive as one of the takeaways was an interception on the 10-yard line of Crystal City for the Indians. The Indians took that one away, and 2 plays later, Joe Whistler, a 10-yard run off the left side, got into the end zone. And one of the other interceptions was returned 35 yards. That was number 59, Luke Wibbenmeyer, a 6', 365-pound sophomore linebacker for the Indians, taking that into the end zone. The third score for the Indians to give them a 20-0 lead was a 25-yard touchdown pass. That was from Whistler to David Camarillo. And Camarillo, a senior, and it is senior night here at St. Vincent. The one score for the Indians comes on a touchdown pass from their quarterback. That's Brent Hibbets to number 3, Mitch McConnell. And I'll tell you, when McConnell made that catch, he was crushed into the end zone, was able to hang on to it. If you're tuning in and you didn't catch any of the exciting first half, you're in luck, because we've got a whole nother half of football, and we'll have this game up in a day or so on MyMoInfo.com, so we'll be able to recap the entire game. And if you want to watch it in a couple days, you sure can. But right now, things about to get back underway with St. Vincent set to kick off to Crystal City, and Crystal City was moving their offense in the latter half of the first half, in the last few minutes of the second quarter. A lot of that in part to St. Vincent Indian defensive penalties. They were getting personal foul penalties a lot, but we'll see how things go as this kicks up. And the second half is underway, and it's fielded at the 12-yard line. It's going to be brought up and tackled at about the 22-yard line, and quickly holding his head after the tackle was Dylan Zider. That was who fielded it. And a lot of the penalties in the first half were blows to the head by the St. Vincent Indians. So we'll see if that was some of the talk of the halftime speech by Coach Rowland, was go low and hit in the target zone, which is essentially from the chest above, just above the knee. We'll see if they have more efficient tackling as things get back underway. It's Hibbets in shotgun with 4 receivers spread out, and Williams in the backfield. The first play is to Williams, and his first big run in the second half only goes for a couple of yards. He was held in check the majority of the first half. Not a whole lot there for him on that play. He ended the first half with just 9 yards on 7 carries. A lot of his carries went for negative yardage. He was up to 16 at one point, then lost 7 on a carry. And this time he doesn't get more than a few. So it looks like he got about 4, maybe 5 now. It'll be a second and short for Crystal City. And now in motion is Saudi from the near side to the far side. And a flag comes out. That's going to be on the Crystal City offense. And that'll back them up. It'll be second down. And they'll back up to the original line of scrimmage. Already nearly a minute has run off of the third quarter clock. But the game has moved fairly quickly so far. Now 3 receivers on the far side. Townsend, Saudi, and then McConnell. Zider on the near side. It's a screen pass again to Townsend. Townsend's got a little bit of room, not able to get to the first down marker. He's going to be brought down after about 5 yards. So had it not been for that penalty, Crystal City would be looking at a first down right now. Instead, they're looking at a 3rd and 4. So 3rd and 4 on the 29 for Crystal City, with the 3 receivers set on the near side and McConnell on the far side. The shotgun snap to Hibbets. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket. He's going to lunge for the first down. It looks like he got it. That's been a problem for the St. Vincent Indians all night, having to flush the quarterback. Hibbets out of the pocket and gaining positive yards. This time he does it just enough to move the chains. So Hibbets keeps the drive alive to open up the second half for Crystal City. So now it looks like they're going to set up with Zyder on the near side, then Saudy, then Townsend, and McConnell on the far side. Williams in the back. Hibbets in shotgun. Takes the snap. Now he's going to drop back 5, 6, 7 steps. Throws it over the top. And the intended receiver was Williams, but throws it over the top of him as the St. Vincent Indians were closing in a hurry. So far this evening, Hibbets has thrown 16 passes, has only been able to complete 6 of those. So that's going to set up 2nd and 10. 9:49 on the clock. Ball sits on the 37-yard line. Again, 4 receivers. Zyder, Townsend, Saudy, and McConnell across from the near side. Hibbets in shotgun with Williams behind him. Now Saudy in motion. And a flag comes in. It's going to be against Crystal City again. They keep trying to run the motion, and it's working in false starts. Every time they put a man in motion in the second half, it's resulted in a 5-yard penalty, and that's the same case right now. So it'll be 2nd and 15. As another 5-yard penalty goes against the Crystal City Hornets. So as they line back up, Zyder, Saudy, Townsend, McConnell across the board, and Hibbets in shotgun with Williams. Now, a quick 3-step drop, and out of the pocket comes Hibbets. Looks like he's looking downfield, able to complete the pass to Zyder for about 6 yards. So it'll set up a 3rd and short as Zyder lunges forward. They're going to give him the forward progress. He's only going to be about 4 yards short of the first down, so it goes down as 11 yards for Zyder. And Crystal City looking at another 3rd and short. It'll be 3rd and 5 now on the 44. Hibbets takes the snap. He's looking downfield. He's got the room to run for it. Now closing in. He throws it to Zyder, and he's got the completion. The first down now running across midfield and brought down across the 45-yard line. So another 11-yard reception goes to Zyder. And it extends the drive once again. So 2 completions back-to-back for 11 yards from Hibbets to Zyder keeps the Crystal City Hornets marching downfield just inside of 9 minutes. Zyder and Saudy on the near side, Townsend, McConnell on the far side. The handoff fake up the middle to Williams. Now pressure comes, and it's another sack for the St. Vincent Indians. That's the 5th sack for this defense of the evening. So 5 sacks, 3 takeaways, and a blocked punt so far for the St. Vincent Indians. But right now, only a 12-point lead. The defense is going to have to keep staying on top of things. But they just force a 6-yard loss as Williams not able to get outside of the pocket for positive yards this time. The St. Vincent defense able to close on him. Now 2nd and 16, ball at midfield. 4 receivers set. Hibbets takes the shotgun snap. And again, the pressure comes. He escapes, able to throw it downfield. He's got Saudy there. Saudy makes the reception just short of the 40. So they're going to spot him at the 41. So another completion. But this time it goes to Saudy. So 3 completions on the drive for Hibbets. Now 3rd and 8. And the ball on the St. Vincent 42-yard line. They're going to line up from far side to near side. It's McConnell and Townsend. Then Saudy and Zyder. Williams in the backfield, straight behind Hibbets. Hibbets is going to line up in shotgun again. They've been using the 4-receiver set all night long. This time on this drive, it's working. 3rd and 8. Hibbets takes the shotgun snap. Pressure comes. He rolls out to the left side. The pass goes over the top. He's got the receiver there diving to make the catch, but not able to come up with it. The intended receiver, McConnell. That's going to bring up 4th down. So the St. Vincent defense gets a little bit of luck go their way this time, but the receiver was open, just not able to come up with the catch. As Hibbett's rolled out left and broke out of the pocket, the secondary came up to close to make the tackle, but just before the line of scrimmage, the throw went over the top. Now a 4th down and 8, and the offense is staying on the field. Zyder on the near side, then Sauty, Townsend in the slot, McConnell on the far side, all by himself with one-on-one coverage. It's a cover 1 defense. Now Hibbets drops back, and he shakes the defender in the backfield. The throw comes over the top, and it's deflected. A nice play coming across the middle. The linebacker, that's Nick Mingione, coming up with a deflection to force the turnover on downs, and St. Vincent will take over on their own 42. A big-time defensive play by the linebacker for St. Vincent to force the turnover on downs. So the defense for St. Vincent comes up big again. And a drive that runs 4 minutes and 54 seconds off of the clock for Crystal City results in no points and a turnover on downs at the 42-yard line. So St. Vincent gets to come back out, and they're going to line up with a spread formation as well. It's Snurbush, the near side, and then Steinbecker. Whistler in shotgun, fakes the handoff. Now he's going to go up the middle, but he's going to be brought down by Sauty after a short gain. So Whistler gets just a couple. With that 4-receiver set, it's going to be just short of the 45-yard line, so 3 yards for Joe Whistler. Whistler, the junior quarterback, has had a pretty good night so far. He hasn't thrown many passes. He's 5 of 9 right now. And they're going to line up with 3 receivers. It's Camarillo on the near side, Whistler in shotgun. Now the handoff goes to Ziner up the middle, and he's going to get just short of the 1st down, but he gets a lot out of it. And that was Riley Rain on the carry, getting just short of the 1st down marker. So 6 yards to his total. 7 carries for 20 yards for him. And it looks like with the spot, they might bring out the chains to measure it. They're eyeing it up. Now the umpire's going to take a quick timeout, and they're going to go ahead and measure this one. As St. Vincent comes out of the huddle, they were ready to get the play going. They didn't care if it was a 1st down or not. They're ready to play some football. So here come the chains. We'll see what the measurement comes out. It looks like from the initial spot they did have it, but we'll wait to see on the measurement. The chain gang comes out, and it looks like they might be, they are literally, the nose of the football is at the chain. Then they're going to say 1st down Indians. So the drive stays alive, and 3 more plays at minimum for the St. Vincent Indians. So this ball's lined up on the 47-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Indians. 6:20 and counting as St. Vincent comes out of the huddle. It's Camarillo as the near receiver, then Steinbecker, and on the far side, that's Snurbush. In the backfield, it is Reiner and Whistler in shotgun. Here comes the snap. Whistler drops back, looking downfield. He throws, nearly intercepted on the far side. Coming up to make the play was Braden Cox for the Crystal City Hornets, and he dropped what could have turned out to be a pick 6. So both defenses really stepping up so far in the second half. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ball stays on the 47-yard line, and we're just inside of 6 minutes. Going out to the far side of the field, that's Andrew Nager, then Camarillo, then Steinbecker, and on the near side, it's Lively. Whistler in shotgun. Now he hands it off, and up the middle, down the right side. Now through into the near the 30-yard line before he's brought down. That'll be a 1st down. A big gain that time, just short of the 30-yard line, a 16-yard carry. So after not getting many yards in the first half, gets exactly what he had in the first half on 1 carry right there. So now it's 8 carries for 36 yards for their sophomore running back. Now Lively is the near receiver. Then Steinbecker, Camarillo, and on the far side, that's number 20, Snurbush. Now the handoff is pulled out at the last second. Whistler's going to make a couple guys miss, and he's going to get about 10 yards this time. I think he's brought down just short of the 20, and one of the Crystal City Hornets slow to get up. That's number 46. That's Keyshawn Prater. In the beginning of the season, before their first game, Keon Prater went down with an injury. So we're at 5:05, and the officials stopped the clock. And it looks like they might have to measure this one again. It is an official's timeout. He's going to have a quick word. And it looks like they might be looking for a new football. Oh, they're putting more time on the clock. They're going to say it's 5:15 on the clock. They're going to add some time. And they're going to come out and measure. So back-to-back times on the last two plays, we've seen the chain gang come out, and both times it's resulted in a St. Vincent first down. This ball is going to be on the 21-yard line, so just outside of the red zone, but St. Vincent knocking on the door. It'll be a 1st and 10 on the 21, 5:15 on the clock, and a 20-8 advantage for the St. Vincent Indians. Whistler comes into the huddle with 20 on the play clock. Now they break out. Let's see what kind of setup they're going to have. Lively comes to the near side. Steinbecker, Camarillo, and Nager on the far side. 4 receivers for St. Vincent. Whistler in shotgun. Here's the snap. Fielded cleanly. A quick throw off the helmet of Lively. I don't think he was on the same page as the quarterback. But I'll tell you, this front line for the St. Vincent Indians had such a push. The left tackle, Chase Schumer, was about 7 or 8 yards upfield. They might be able to just run the ball with a push like that. 2nd and 10 on the 21 now. So 4:49, and ball on the 21. 4 receivers set. Steinbecker, Camarillo on the far side with Nager. Now the pass goes over the top. It's tipped, but it's caught by Lively, and he's going to step out of bounds. A 6-yard gain on a deflected pass. So Whistler gets a little bit of luck to go his way, and St. Vincent's had a lot of luck on their side tonight. So the pass deflected at the line of scrimmage, then caught 6 yards upfield and knocked out of bounds is Lively. So it'll be 3rd and 4 on the 14. 4:44 on the clock. And St. Vincent looking to get in the end zone. Now 3rd and 4. Lively is the near side receiver. Steinbecker, Camarillo, Nager on the far side. Whistler in shotgun. Takes the snap. Now he hands it off. It's going to move the chains for sure. It should move the chains as the running back gets across the 10-yard line. The spot is just across the 10-yard line, and it is a first down for the St. Vincent Indians. So add 6 more to the rushing total. Now 9 carries for 42 yards after only having 6 for 14 in the first half. So they're going to spread the receivers out again. Now spread out. They have nobody in the backfield, so they're going to go empty backfield. Camarillo on the near side, and in motion is the back. Now Whistler's going to go right up the middle inside the left tackle. He's got room. He's not going to get into the end zone, but he's going to get down to about the 2-yard line, so a 7-yard gain for Whistler. Now it's going to be 2nd and goal with the ball on just what looks like the 2-yard line. So St. Vincent, they spot him on the 4, so 2nd and 4. And goal to go. Now Camarillo comes into the huddle with the play. And Whistler definitely commands the huddle for the St. Vincent Indians. Lively spread out left. Nager off to the right. They're going to go pistol. Camarillo and Steinbecker off left of Whistler. Now they hand it off, going into the end zone, and stuffed this time by Crystal City. Not able to get into the end zone, but a short push up front. It's going to set up a very short yardage situation to get into the end zone. The clock at 3:30 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Now Snurbush comes into the huddle. Snurbush and Whistler come in with the play. 20 on the play clock. 3:20 and counting. It's a 20-8 ball game. St. Vincent out front looking at a 2-yard situation to get into the end zone. And the crowd's starting to get behind this football team. Camarillo on the near side. Steinbecker and Snurbush on the far side. I expect it to go up the middle, and a strong push for Whistler, and he's going to go right up the middle with the quarterback sneak and get into the end zone. Whistler's second rushing touchdown of the evening puts 6 more on the board for the St. Vincent Indians. Now 26-8 with 2:59 on the clock and the extra point to come. They just might go for 2 on this one. St. Vincent having their offense come out and march down the field and put 6 on the board. Senior night here at St. Vincent, and the team is playing with purpose. This kick goes up, this kick goes through, make that 27-8. A 2-yard touchdown run for Whistler. He's got 3 touchdowns under his belt this evening. 2 on the ground, 1 through the air, and it's 27-8 St. Vincent, 2:59 on the clock, and they're set to kick off. I want to tell you that this game this evening is brought to you by Geo Lumber in Perryville, Perryville Pumpkin Farm in Perryville, Home Pools and Spa in Ludington, and Kettle Hut Smokehouse in Crystal City. So a lengthy drive for the St. Vincent Indians. Takes 4 minutes off the clock, just over 4 minutes to get in the end zone, capped off by a 2-yard rushing touchdown from Joe Whistler. Our big drives of the game brought to you by ProCare Automotive in Bonne Terre. A big-time score for the St. Vincent Indians. And they lead this one 27-8 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Steinbecker puts the ball on the 40-yard line, set to kick off. He's shown his leg power tonight. He's had a couple go into the end zone and a few punts inside the 5. Now they're starting to fire up the crowd, and I'm sure you can hear it. Here comes the kickoff after the touchdown. Steinbecker puts a ride into this one, and it goes 2 yards deep into the end zone. Coming out of the end zone is Sauty, and he blows up Snurbush coming out of the end zone, and he's going to be brought down at about the 15 or 16-yard line. Sauty put a hit on Snurbush, and he's slow to get up. A big-time crown collision on the kick return. You don't see them from the offense very often, but that was old-school Madden-style truck stick. And able to get a few more yards was Sauty, the 6'1", 165-pound senior for Crystal City, running with authority on the far side of the field on that kick return. So with 2:51 to go in the third quarter, Crystal City comes out, trailing by 19. A 4-receiver set. It's McConnell on the far side, Townsend in the near slot, and Hibbets takes the shotgun snap. Here comes the St. Vincent Indians, and Hibbets able to escape, get out of the pocket. He's throwing downfield. He's got a receiver open, and it's picked off by the St. Vincent Indians. The 4th takeaway of the evening, coming up big this time with the interception. That's number 5, Tyler Monnier, with the interception and the 4th takeaway of the evening for the St. Vincent defense. So make that 4 interception, 5 sacks, and a blocked punt for St. Vincent with a 19-point lead, 2:40 to go in the third quarter. And they've got the offense back out on the field with the ball on the 44. Nager's your near receiver. Camarillo, Steinbecker on the far side, Lively. Whistler in shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to hand it off, go up the middle, and he's got some room getting into the secondary. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles. He's going to move the chains and get almost down to the 25-yard line. A 16, 17-yard carry is going to move the chains and keep the momentum going for the St. Vincent Indians. Riley Rain is absolutely coming out like a different running back in the second half. He plows this one down to the 27-yard line. So 16 yards for him. Now he's got 58. A 3-receiver set. Whistler in shotgun takes the snap, and they're going to hand it off again, but met in the backfield this time and not able to get back to the line of scrimmage and brought down in the backfield. So he's going to lose a yard on the play. But that's 11 carries for 57. At the end of the first half, he only had six carries and 14 yards. Now 5 carries later, and he's got 57 yards. So now the ground game and the passing game working for St. Vincent. They're going to line up with 2 receivers, and it's the pistol once again. Lively and Nager, other outside receivers. Whistler in shotgun with 3 in the backfield. The handoff goes to Rain. He's going to get up the middle, but he's going to be brought down just across the line of scrimmage by Andrew Sauty. So it's going to set up a long situation to 4th down, or for our 1st down, I should say. We're just about inside the 1-minute mark. Clock continues to run. The play clock now starts to run. St. Vincent breaks out of the huddle with a 3rd and 10 in front of them. Whistler with 4 receivers in shotgun. Takes the snap. Hands it off. It's going to go up the middle. I think they're just trying to square it up. The whistle comes in, blows the play dead. Not able to get any yards out of that one. So we're inside of 30 seconds now. And it's going to be a 4th down and 10. And the offense looks like they're going to go ahead and stay out on the field as the ball's lined up on the 28-yard line. Whistler heads into the huddle with the play. Now 15 on the play clock. 17 seconds on the game clock. So we still have one more play in the 3rd quarter. Lively, the near receiver. Steinbecker, Camarillo, and looks like Schnurbush on the far side. Whistler in shotgun, drops back, has a receiver across the middle. It's Lively. He's got room, and he's going to be high-low at the 5-yard line, but he hung on to it, and that's a 1st down for the St. Vincent Indians. They sure don't look like an 0-5 team tonight. They look like they want to get their coach a win, and they want to get the win on senior night. I think having the 2004 state championship team come out has really revitalized this St. Vincent Indian ball club, and the 3rd quarter comes to an end at 27-8, and the 4th quarter is going to start with a 1st down and goal to go on the 5-yard line. We'll be back in just a little bit as you hear the crowd get fired up. As soon as we come back, it's 1st and 5 and goal to go for the St. Vincent Indians with a 27-8 lead as we'll start the 4th quarter next on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com.
Perryville Pumpkin Farm is now open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Pick your own pumpkin straight from the vine. New this year is a pumpkin sling scavenger hunt, along with decorating station and wagon rides to the patch every Saturday and Sunday until 6 p.m. The on-farm stand offers 120 different varieties of pumpkins and gourds. Call to schedule school groups and birthday parties. Perryville Pumpkin Farm on Allen's Landing Road in Perryville, or log on to perryvillepumpkinfarm.com and on Facebook.
Think you're ready for retirement? Get answers on topics like the rising cost of healthcare, investing for retirement income, and 401k rollover options. The Festus Crystal City branch of Wells Fargo Advisors is hosting a workshop on Saturday, October 25th you won't want to miss. Enjoy complimentary lunch and hear lifestyle and exercise tips for healthy aging. Live longer to enjoy your nest egg. Retire like you mean it. Call now to reserve your seat at 636-931-1900. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC.
All right, as we start the 4th quarter on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com, you can hear the St. Vincent locals getting behind this football team. They're looking at a 1st and 5 and goal to go. It's the pistol formation. Whistler in shotgun now. Lively on the near side, Nager on the far side. Here comes the snap. Whistler going to run out to the left side and met in the backfield by Crystal City. Coming up out of the secondary to make the tackle is Braden Cox, the 6', 165-pound sophomore for Crystal City. That'll set up a 2nd down. Still goal to go. And the clock will continue to run here in the 4th quarter. So 12 minutes away from the end of this one. And if things go as they've been going for St. Vincent, they're going to get their first win of the season on senior night, on a night they recognize their 2004 state championship squad. 9 on the play clock. It's going to be a pistol once again. And a whistle comes in from the near side official. And it's going to be a timeout, Indians. So with a 2nd down and 7 and goal to go, 11:16 on the clock, 27-8. St. Vincent trying to add to their lead now. We'll tell you that we're brought to you by Home Pools and Spa in Leadington, Kettle Hut Smokehouse in Crystal City, and Werner Auto Body in Perryville, along with Wells and Fargo Advisors in Festus. We have just a little bit of time. We'll tell you about the future of these teams that are in the action this evening. After tonight, Crystal City goes on the road next week at Herculaneum, a tough matchup there. Then they go to St. Pius, and they'll end their season on the road at Grandview. That St. Pius game is at Crystal City, so of their next 3 games, 2 are on the road, 1 at home. For St. Vincent, they have the same scenario, 2 road games and a home game. Next week, they'll be on the road at St. Pius. Then they host Grandview here at St. Vincent, and they end their season on the road at Jefferson R7. So not easy sledding for either of these teams as they go down the stretch. Now 2nd and 7. Play clock is at 15. Going to be a 3-receiver set. Camarillo and Steinbecker on the far side. Now Whistler over the top. Oh, intended for Lively, but the pass falls into the end zone, incomplete. It'll set up 3rd and 7. Clock stops at 11:13 with the incompletion. Ball will stay on that 7-yard line. Currently, St. Vincent leads by 19, trying to add to that. They've got what will be 2 more tries to do so. Whistler now comes into the huddle with the play. He comes in with Nager. 13 on the play clock. Nager comes to the near side, then Camarillo, Steinbacher, Lively on the far side. Whistler in shotgun. And he takes the snap. He fakes the handoff. He's running left. He's got room. He gets into the end zone. A 7-yard touchdown for Joe Whistler, and 6 more on the board for the St. Vincent Indians. St. Vincent and Joe Whistler are getting the job done tonight. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the evening. It's a 7-yard carry this time, and St. Vincent now has 33 points on the board. The most they've scored all season long before tonight is 14 points. So if they go for 2 right now, no, they'll go ahead and kick it. So that's 34-8 in favor of St. Vincent all season long. They've only scored 35, and they put up 34 points tonight. So St. Vincent out front 34-8, 11-12 to go, and Crystal City will be set to receive the kickoff in just a moment. We're back in 30 seconds with the kickoff. It's 11-12 to go in the 4th quarter. St. Vincent out front 34-8 on MIMOinfo.com.
Werner Auto Body in Perryville is the place to go for all of your auto body repair needs. Owner Jim Werner specializes in body repair, wheel alignments, and framework for foreign and domestic vehicles. So if you've been in a fender bender, give Jim a call at 573-547-2568. Your complete auto body shop, Werner Auto Body, located at 704 North Kings Highway in Perryville, is open Monday through Friday from 8 until 5, and all insurance work is welcome.
A drive that started in the 3rd quarter ends in the 4th quarter with a 7-yard touchdown run by Joe Whistler, now 34-8 in favor of St. Vincent. Your big drives of the game brought to you by ProCare Automotive in Bonne Terre. Steinbecker has the ball on the 40-yard line set to kick off. And here is the kick. He puts a big boot into this one, fielded by Sauty at the 10. Sauty comes to the near side of the field, and he lunges down to the 30-yard line. That's where Crystal City's drive will start. 11:06. And Crystal City is in a deep hole from here out. They trail by 26 points. The St. Vincent defense has come up huge time after time tonight with 5 sacks and 4 takeaways. Now Hibbets is going to have a 4-receiver set. It's McConnell on the near side, Townsend, then Sauty, and Zider on the far side. Hibbets in shotgun. Awaits the snap. He's dropping back. He's got time. He throws it over the top. Pass is complete and met by Steinbecker and driven out of bounds. A big hit by Steinbecker, but the pass complete on the far side. That's Sauty that makes the catch on the far side. We'll see if they give him forward progress. They do not. So he's going to get 6 yards. Now, 10 for 20 is Hibbets. And Crystal City stays with the 4-receiver set. They're going to have to continue to go to the air all night. And Hibbets has to run out of the pocket. He's got room. He's going to be just short of the first down, so it'll be a 3rd and short after the 5-yard gain from Hibbets. And this should bring the clock down to 10 minutes. But now running at a frenetic pace are the Crystal City Hornets. So McConnell's going to line up on the near side, then Sauty, then Townsend. On the far side, Zider. Hibbets in shotgun, Williams behind him. We're inside of 10 minutes. The snap, the handoff goes to Williams, and he loses the football. No signal yet from the official. I saw the football hit the ground, but nothing just yet. Still nothing from the officials as they pick apart the pile. Looks like the ball will stay with the Crystal City Hornets, but it will be right at the first down marker. And they are going to bring the chains out to measure it. It definitely looked like that ball came out. But Crystal City able to come out with the football. And the chains come out to measure. And the Hornets are going to be inches short. They're definitely going to go ahead and go for it. It's going to be 4th and inches now. And they're going to bring the chains to the hash mark for this precision spot. And it's 4th and 1. Crystal City has a big play ahead of them here. 4th and 1 ahead. A stop by the Indians would be huge. A lot would have to happen for Crystal City to come back out and win this football game. But a stop right here would pretty much take any chance away for the St. Vincent Indians to lose this contest. Hibbets comes out with a 4-receiver set. It's Zider on the far side, Townsend in the slot on the near side, then Sauty, then McConnell. And we have a whistle, and it's going to be a timeout called by the Crystal City Hornets. So as they take a break, we'll take a break just the same. We'll be back in 30 seconds with 9:15 on the clock. It's 34-8 St. Vincent and a 4th down and 1 ahead of the Crystal City Hornets on MIMOinfo.com.
Now it's time for another quiz show. Here's the answer man, Jim Gio.
Pratt & Lambert is a runway extension at the St. Louis Airport? No, it's our new line of high-quality interior-exterior paints. Pratt & Lambert. Painting contractors know of its excellent quality at a competitive price. Come to Gio Lumber Company for all of your paint needs, including Pratt & Lambert.
Pratt & Lambert Paints, now at Gio Lumber in Perryville.
All right, it's a big situation ahead of us here. It's MIMOinfo.com on J98 Web TV. It's 34-8 in favor of the St. Vincent Indians with 9:15 on the clock, and Crystal City Hornets have the offense out on the field, looking at a 4th down and inches away from a first down. A stop right here by the Indians. would be huge in this contest. For Crystal City, they need to get the push up front. McConnell comes to the near side. They're going to go with a jumbo formation for the first time all night. And the handoff goes to the big man, Childers. He's going to get a big chunk of yards this time. He's going to go from the 42 to about the 44. So number 55 has been playing linebacker all night. He comes in as the fullback right there and goes for 14 yards to move the chains and keep the drive alive for Crystal City. So the chains move and the hope stays alive for the Hornets. Now 4 receivers spread out for Crystal City. Hibbett's in shotgun. Clock continues to run. The snap. And he's looking left, looking left. He's got Saudy open across the middle. He breaks one tackle, but he's going to be brought down at about the 25-yard line. So a 19-yard pitch and catch from Hibbett's to Saudy. That's Saudy's 5th grab of the evening. 11th completion. So 11 for 21 is Hibbett's. Moves the chains again. Clock continues to run. Hasn't started just yet as the ball just now spotted. Now they wind the clock inside of 9 minutes. 4 receivers set for the Hornets. 1 in the backfield. Hibbett's takes the snap, drops back. He's going to roll right. Still has time. Throw over the top. It was going into the end zone to Saudy, but incomplete. Too far out to the right side as Saudy came across the field on a crossing route. So 2nd and 10. Ball falls incomplete. And St. Vincent's defense has a little bit of time to breathe. They've been on the field for a little bit on this drive now. Again, it's a 4 receiver set with 3 on the near side for the Hornets. Hibbett's in shotgun. Takes the snap, pump fakes, and he's going to be met in the backfield and brought down in the back. The St. Vincent Indians get their 6th sack of the evening. Hibbett's has been facing a lot of pressure in the pocket tonight. That's the 6th time the Indians have gotten to him. They forced 4 takeaways, have forced a fumble, and have turned 2 of those takeaways into points. Now a 3rd and 15 with 8 minutes to go. 10 on the play clock. A 4 receiver set, 2 on either side. Hibbett's in shotgun once again, takes the snap, drops back, and he's got a defender closing, and intercepted. The 5th interception of the evening. That's the 2nd interception by Tyler Monier. So that's the 5th takeaway by the Indians. And if they can get a couple of first downs now, they're going to be able to chew up a lot of clock as they get their 5th interception of the night. 5 takeaways for St. Vincent after they've dealt with turnover issues all season long on their end of, or on their side of the offense. Now the defense is making up for it in a big way tonight. 6 sacks, 5 interceptions, a fumble forced, and a blocked kick. So now it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 8. Whistler in shotgun with a 4 receiver set. Handoff up the middle and just a few yards, and now breaking a few more. It looks like a flag came in late. It's either a flag or a shoe. 7:38 and the clock is paused as the officials get together, and it's going to be a face mask on the Crystal City Hornets. So that will move the chains. And St. Vincent's going to be guaranteed to at least take 2 minutes off the clock. So 1st down and 10 now. After the penalty, the ball's moved up to the 21-yard line. It went down as a 7-yard gain. So that's 13 for 64. For Rain. And a 4 receiver set comes out for the Indians. Whistler in shotgun, clock running, 7:20. 5 on the play clock now. He's going to throw it over to the far side, and the pass falls incomplete. It was intended for Andrew Nager. Nager, the senior, has been into the action this evening on senior night. That's the 12th pass of the night for Whistler. He's 7 for 12 on the evening. But one thing you don't want to do right now if you're the Indians is have the clock stopped. And that's exactly what they have right now. The time now is to chew up as much clock as you possibly can. And again, they go 4 receiver spread. Whistler in shotgun. Awaits the snap. Here it is. Handoff up the middle. Not much there. Maybe even a loss on the play, but it will allow the clock to run. So just inside of 7 minutes, as I say it, and a 3rd and 10 for the Indians. At least 25 plus seconds will come off the clock. Nager comes in to the play with the huddle. Hands it off to Whistler now. And 12 on the play clock. So 3rd down and 11 and a 4 receiver set. No, a 3 receiver set for the Indians. Whistler in shotgun. 1 in the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff goes up the middle. And it's definitely not going to be a first down, but it keeps the clock running. Will at least run inside of 6 minutes now. That's 15 carries for 66 yards for their sophomore running back. Clock continues to run. Play clock has yet to start. Now we're inside of 6, and the play clock starts to run. So minimum, they'll have ran nearly 3 minutes off on this short drive, and here comes the kick. It was definitely an early snap, and it's going to be fielded at the 40. Off to the right side. Through is Zeider. Gets across midfield, across the 40, pushed out of bounds, just short of the 35-yard line. So the Hornets will start the drive in St. Vincent territory with 5:36 on the clock. Now if you're St. Vincent, you have to work on getting into the end zone quickly and try to keep the clock from running by getting out of bounds. And now the St. Vincent Indians slow to get off of the field. Across to the far side, that's number 59, Luke Wibbenmeyer. He has one of the takeaways for the Indians this evening. And he's walking off under his own power. And Coach Rowland meets him at the logo at midfield, and the crowd's going to give him a round of applause. And now play will resume as Wibbenmeyer takes a step off the sideline. It'll be a 4 receiver set for the Crystal City Hornets. Hibbett's in shotgun. There's the snap, a pump fake. Now he's looking off to the right. Pump fakes again. And intense pressure going to meet him in the backfield. Able to make a couple of guys miss and get back up to the line of scrimmage. And he gets out of bounds. Now a lot of extracurricular activity going on across the field, and a flag comes out as definitely unsportsmanlike conduct on the Crystal City Hornets, and that's going to back them up. And it definitely came after some late contact on the far side. One of the linemen for the Indians got caught up in a whole group of Crystal City Hornets, and his helmet came off. As he came to the sideline, the official standing right next to the Crystal City football team, and a flag comes out. And now Crystal City's going to back up 15 yards after the unsportsmanlike conduct. Of all the things that you could see in a high school football game, that's the last thing you want to see is unsportsmanlike conduct in a situation like this. So now 5:25 on the clock, and play will now resume. Play clock goes under 20. And now it's almost a 10. And Crystal City is going to spread it out. And they're going to have to take big chunks of yards. And Hibbets takes the snap out of shotgun. It's going to be a false start as flags come in from 3 officials, and movement early against the Hornets. It's going to back them up 5 more. A drive that would have started on the 35 is now back to the Crystal City 45 after consecutive penalties for 20 yards. Just over 5 minutes are left in this game, but it's taking us a while to get those 5 minutes going. Now the official blows the whistle to get everything back going, starting the play clock. The game clock has been stopped at 5:24. Hibbets in shotgun with 4 receivers set, 3 on the near side. And here's the snap, and it's dropped in the backfield by Hibbets. He's going to have to roll out of the pocket. Good blocking ahead of him by Williams. And Hibbets is going to jump out of bounds with 5:16 to go, well short of the original line of scrimmage. So that's going to set up a 3rd and long. But for Crystal City, exactly what you want to do. Unfortunately, the 2 penalties ahead of that play have backed them up an additional 20 yards. So it started as a 2nd and 30. Now 14 on the play clock, 5:16 on the game clock. Crystal City lines back up and has a 4 receiver set, 2 on the near side. That's McConnell and Townsend on the near side. Zider and Saudi went on the far side, and Hibbets is going to have to run out of the pocket. Pressure from everywhere on Hibbets. He's going to be able to get away from it and throw one up, and he's got receivers open. He finds Saudi open downfield, and Saudi's going to be brought down just short of the goal line. And a flag comes in late. So Saudi comes up with the reception. And it goes down as 54 yards for Crystal City. Andrew Saudi comes up with his 6th catch of the evening. 6 catches, but not one has found it in the end zone yet. The clock will begin to run in just a moment, as that penalty that came in at the end of the play was against St. Vincent, so that's half the distance to the goal. So really all you can do in that situation is flip the football over. Still just over 5 minutes to go after a very clunky past few minutes. Now the clock begins to run. And it's a 2 receiver set in the I formation for Crystal City, knocking on the door of the end zone. The handoff goes to Williams off the right side and into the end zone. Crystal City puts 6 more on the board. So now 34-14 with 4:48 on the clock. And Crystal City should come out and at least go for 2 and then follow that up with an onside kick. So it was a very slow past minute and a half with a lot of penalties, a lot of stoppages. But it results with Crystal City getting into the end zone. So now they will line up and go for 2. Successful in the first 2-point conversion. Now they line up with an I formation, and their big linebacker comes in and expect the handoff to go to him. No, they fake it and brought down in the backfield. Hibbets met in the backfield by the St. Vincent Indians. So now we're at 4:48 to go. It's still a 20-point lead for St. Vincent. We're under 5 minutes to go, and Crystal City is going to have to come out and kick off in just a moment. We'll tell you that we're brought to you this evening by Gio Lumber in Perryville, Perryville Pumpkin Farm in Perryville, Home Pools and Spa in Ludington, Kettle Hut Smokehouse in Crystal City, Wells and Fargo, Advisors in Festus, and Werner Auto Body in Perryville. So St. Vincent should have an opportunity to run more clock off of it, assuming that the Crystal City Hornets don't come out with the onside kick and recover. But at this point, the Hornets don't have much of a choice but to do so. Now, the St. Vincent Indians come out with the onside recover formation. And that's exactly what Coach Rowland expects, as his guys are all packed inside in between the 40 and 50-yard line. Official hasn't brought the football out. Now he's bringing the football out, and expect the onside kick here. If Crystal City recovers and gets in the end zone quickly, we might have a ball game on our hands. A quick chat with the kicker and the official at the 40-yard line. It'll be Drake Childers for the Hornets set to kick this football. He looks like he's lining up to put a good run into it. Now the two deep men for St. Vincent come up inside the 30. Here comes the kick, and it's going to bounce over the first layer and recovered by the St. Vincent Indians. Only 1 second comes off the clock. So the onside kick is not successful after being successful on the first try for Crystal City. So the Indians ready for it this time. Bring out the hands team and come up with the onside kick. This drive will now start on the St. Vincent 44-yard line. And it'll be interesting to see how they run this drive. With just over 7 minutes to go, they kept the 4 wide and kept passing. It worked early in the game. They've got a lot of points out of it. One shy of their season total tonight. Now 4:47, and they hand the ball off. Or no, Whistler keeps it at the last minute, reverses field, and he's going to have a little bit of room after making so many guys miss. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. A flag comes in late, and 10 seconds run off of the clock on one play. It's a block in the back on the St. Vincent Indians, so negate the positive yardage from Joe Whistler. So it'll back him up to 2nd and 14. And the clock is now at 4:37. So St. Vincent did the right thing and kept the ball on the ground. So we're going to say that now it's 1st and 20, and now they run the clock, so we're inside of 4.5. Now a 4-receiver set for the Indians. Lively is your near receiver. Steinbecker, Camarillo, and Nager on the far side. Whistler in shotgun. Crystal City looks like they're going to put pressure up the middle, and the handoff goes up the middle. And a few yards will keep that clock moving, but it will be well short of the first down. And we have a Crystal City Hornet down on the field. It's number 62, Jacob Womble. 5'10", 260-pound senior is the one down on the field. So we'll have a break in the action. We'll take a quick pause ourselves. We'll be back after the injury timeout on Web TV on MIMOinfo.com.
Perryville Pumpkin Farm is now open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Pick your own pumpkin straight from the vine. New this year is a pumpkin sling, scavenger hunt, along with decorating station and wagon rides to the patch every Saturday and Sunday until 6 p.m. The on-farm stand offers 120 different varieties of pumpkins and gourds. Call to schedule school groups and birthday parties. Perryville Pumpkin Farm on Allen's Landing Road in Perryville, or log on to perryvillepumpkinfarm.com and on Facebook.
Think you're ready for retirement? Get answers on topics like the rising cost of healthcare, investing for retirement income, and 401k rollover options. The Festus Crystal City branch of Wells Fargo Advisors is hosting a workshop on Saturday, October 25th you won't want to miss. Enjoy complimentary lunch and hear lifestyle and exercise tips for healthy aging. Live longer to enjoy your nest egg. Retire like you mean it. Call now to reserve your seat at 636-931-1900. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC.
Warner Auto Body in Perryville is the place to go for all of your auto body repair needs. Owner Jim Warner specializes in body repair, wheel alignments, and framework for foreign and domestic vehicles. So if you've been in a fender bender, give Jim a call at 573-547-2568. Your complete auto body shop, Warner Auto Body, located at 704 North Kings Highway in Perryville, is open Monday through Friday from 8 until 5, and all insurance work is welcome.
Before play does resume, we'll tell you about some scores around the listening area. Festus leads North County in the fourth, 50-21. A final, Park Hill Central over St. Genevieve, 32-6. In the fourth quarter of an exciting game, DeSoto 31-30 over the Fredericktown Blackcats after being down 22-12. Now St. Vincent here leads Crystal City 34-8. Elsewhere around the area, a lot of finals already. Father Tolton 31-8 over St. Pius. Hillsboro over Windsor 50-3. Seckman beat Northwest 21-7. Fox beats Melville 28-4. Valley Catholic bested Jefferson 64-6. Potosi leads Perryville 27-14, and Cape Central knocks off Jackson 31-21. Cape Central was the 10th ranked team in Class 5. Jackson number 2, but Cape Central comes up with the win. Play does resume here at St. Vincent inside of 4 minutes to go, and it's a 2nd and 15 for the Indians. A 4-receiver set, Joe Whistler in shotgun. Here comes the snap. Here it is, and Whistler runs the option, keeps it himself, bounces outside, gets back just across the original line of scrimmage. He gets about 6-7 yards on the carry, does Joe Whistler. And it'll be 3:15 and counting. And St. Vincent able to run a lot of clock this time, now looking at a 3rd and 8. 3 minutes to go. 15 on the play clock. A 4-receiver set. A first down right here for St. Vincent would be huge. Whistler in shotgun. Here comes Crystal City. And the handoff is going to go up the middle. Not going to get the first down. About 5 yards on the carry. 4, maybe 5. That's the 17th carry for their sophomore running back, up to 74 yards and 2.5 on the clock. It will continue to run. Just short of midfield is the football. It's 4th down and 5. 2:10 on the clock. 34-14 is our score. A lot of games final around the area already. The second half of this one has definitely been a little bit clunky with all of the penalties. Now we're down inside of 2. And we have a timeout called by the St. Vincent Indians. So we'll take a timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the conclusion of this one. 1:57 on the clock, 34-14 Indians. 4th down and 5 for St. Vincent at the 50 when we come back on Web TV.
Now it's time for another quiz show. Here's the answer man, Jim Gio.
Pratt & Lambert is a runway extension at the St. Louis Airport? No, it's our new line of high-quality interior-exterior paints. Pratt & Lambert. Painting contractors know of its excellent quality at a competitive price. Come to Gio Lumber Company for all of your paint needs, including Pratt & Lambert.
Pratt & Lambert Paints, now at Gio Lumber in Perryville.
1:57 to play in this one. A 20-point lead right now for the St. Vincent Indians. They did not look like an 0-5 team for the majority of this contest. They've been in the backfield. The defense has been swarming tonight. 7 sacks, 4 interceptions, 1 fumble forced, and a blocked punt this evening. by the St. Vincent defense. Now they're 2 minutes away from their first win of the season. Looking at a 4th and 5 now. The punt team comes out for the Indians. Saudi is back to field the kick for Crystal City. It's going to take a big play, followed by a big play for Crystal City to come up and win this one, but nothing's out of the question. Here's the snap. The kick gets away cleanly. It's going to be deep into St. Vincent territory. And it's inside of the 20. Now they spot it at the 22-yard line. So 1:51 to go, 1st and 10 at the 23 for Crystal City. And they trail by 3 scores. They need to strike quickly if they want to get back in this one. Hibbets has thrown 5 interceptions in this game. A 4-receiver set for Crystal City. 3 on the near side. Zyder's the lone receiver on the far side. Shotgun snap to Hibbets. He drops back. Big pressure from the Indians. Pass over the top to Williams. Williams trying to get out of bounds, and he's going to get across the first down. He cuts back inside, and he's going to be brought down right at the first down marker, but that will get the clock to continue to run. It looks like Williams did get across the first down marker. The chains have yet to move. Well, looks like they're going to say he was just short of it. So that's 2 receptions for their running back tonight. Hibbets drops back as they're moving quickly. The pass, the pump fake this time. Now the pass to McConnell over the middle, and the ball's knocked out. The ball's knocked out. The Indians unable to recover. Crystal City falls back on it, but another fumble forced by the St. Vincent defense. They forced 2 tonight, haven't been able to recover one. That'll move the chains for Crystal City. The completion was to McConnell, and at the end of the play, the ball was knocked loose, but the Indians not able to recover. It does move the chains, and 1 minute to play. Clock now runs. A 4-receiver set, 2 on either side. Hibbets in shotgun, takes the snap. He's got time this time. They're not sending as much pressure. The pass goes off to the right side. Caught by Saudi. He's going to be brought down short of the first down marker. That's Saudi's 7th catch of the evening. A lot of production from number 20 for the Crystal City Hornets. That's the 15th completion, now 15 of 25 for Hibbets this evening. 23 seconds to go. Hibbets drops back. Pressure comes. He's able to flush himself out of the pocket. Gets across the first down marker and slides down. And a 12-yard gain for Hibbets. The clock continues to run at 12.9. They stop it. So maybe 1 or 2 more plays for Crystal City. The chains move. They'll set the chains, start the clock, and now we have a timeout by the Crystal City Hornets. I imagine that'll be the final timeout of the evening with just 12.9 to go and 34-14 in favor of the St. Vincent Indians. We'll take a pause ourselves. We'll be back with the conclusion of this contest in 30 seconds on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com.
Perryville Pumpkin Farm is now open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Pick your own pumpkin straight from the vine. New this year is a pumpkin sling, scavenger hunt, along with decorating station and wagon rides to the patch every Saturday and Sunday until 6 p.m. The on-farm stand offers 120 different varieties of pumpkins and gourds. Call to schedule school groups and birthday parties. Perryville Pumpkin Farm on Allen's Landing Road in Perryville, or log on to perryvillepumpkinfarm.com and on Facebook.
The 2 teams coming back out onto the field with just 12.9 to go. I think we'll see just maybe a couple more plays before the end of this contest, and right now it definitely looks like the St. Vincent Indians are going to get their first win of the season. A 4-receiver set, and this looks like Hibbets is probably going to go to the end zone on this one. And the pressure comes, and another sack for the Indian defense. That's the 8th sack of the evening. And when they spot this one, the game looks like it might come to an end unless there's a timeout on the field. There is going to be a timeout by the Crystal City Hornets. And 5.9 on the clock. Coach Reed not going to give up in this one. While we have just a moment, we'll tell you what these two teams will be doing next Friday night for St. Vincent. Next Friday night, they're on the road at St. Pius, playing up a couple classes in that one. And for Crystal City, they're going to be on the road next week at Herculaneum. St. Vincent will close out the season at St. Pius, hosting Grandview, then at Jefferson. And for Crystal City, they're going to fall to 2-4 tonight with just 5.9 on the clock. Next week, they're at Herky. Then they host St. Pius. Then they'll be at Grandview to close out their season. This game should close out with maybe 1 or 2 more plays. Just 5.9 to go on the clock. St. Vincent going to get their first win of the season. They'll improve to 1-5 in 5.9 seconds. It's going to be a shotgun formation for Crystal City. Hibbets in shotgun, 3 receivers on his far right, and McConnell on the near side. The snap comes, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, pressure comes, and brought down once again to end the game, the 9th sack of the night for the St. Vincent Indians. St. Vincent 1-5 on the season, their first win of the night, or first win of the season comes tonight on the night they honor their 2004 state championship football team. We're going to be back in just a minute, recap the stats, and that'll do it for tonight's broadcast on Web TV. We'll talk to you in just a minute about stats on MIMOinfo.com.
Think you're ready for retirement? Get answers on topics like the rising cost of healthcare, investing for retirement income, and 401k rollover options. The Festus Crystal City branch of Wells Fargo Advisors is hosting a workshop on Saturday, October 25th you won't want to miss. Enjoy complimentary lunch and hear lifestyle and exercise tips for healthy aging. Live longer to enjoy your nest egg. Retire like you mean it. Call now to reserve your seat at 636-931-1900. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC.
Warner Auto Body in Perryville is the place to go for all of your auto body repair needs. Owner Jim Warner specializes in body repair, wheel alignments, and framework for foreign and domestic vehicles. So if you've been in a fender bender, give Jim a call at 573-547-2568. Your complete auto body shop, Warner Auto Body, located at 704 North Kings Highway in Perryville, is open Monday through Friday from 8 until 5, and all insurance work is welcome.
So St. Vincent improves to 1-5. Their first win of the season comes tonight at home on the night they honor their 2004 state championship football team, and they walk away now 1-5 with a 34-14 win over Crystal City. Our big performance of the night goes to, obviously, the St. Vincent defense. 9 sacks, 5 interceptions, 2 fumbles forced, and a blocked punt. Improving to 1-5, their first win of the season on a big night on senior night. Thank you for joining us this evening on Web TV on MIMOinfo.com. As the games wrap up around the listening area, make sure you tune into regional radios. We have the Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy End Zone Show. We'll see you next week on Web TV.